Welcome, Panther fans. You have tuned in to Portland High School basketball here on the Portland Sports Network. We are inside the home court, PHS Arena, where your Lady Panthers will host the Westmoreland Lady Eagles in tonight's non-district matchup. Kyle leading along with John Thayer, Miguel Amadeus on the board. Thank you for supporting Panther basketball. Another good game by the Panthers last Friday night as they got out to an early lead on Joe Burns and coasted to a 58-27 victory. 23 points off turnovers, 32 points in the paint, 16 steals, 4 blocks as a team. Those are stats that tell of the dominance of that game against Joe Burns. Once again, it was the Nylock Paul show as she was constantly making her presence known on both ends of the court. Paul had 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 steals, and 5 assists. Story Russell with 10 points. Kieva Bradley had 10 points to go along with her 5 rebounds. Lady Panthers are now on a roll, 4 straight wins to put their record at 7-4 tonight, facing the Lady Eagles of Westmoreland. Only time these two teams will meet this season. Last season, Portland able to defeat Westmoreland on their home court, 45-35. That was a game in which Gorchek Moot had a double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds. Up tonight, the Westmoreland Lady Eagles coming in with a record of 6-2, wins over Lawson, Friendship Christian, and Cheatham County. Their 2 losses were a 3-point defeat to Beach in the first game of the season and a 50-41 loss to Macon County just last week. We'll take a pause when we come back. Starting lineups. You're listening to Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network. Starting with the Westmoreland Lady Eagles, again with a record of 6-2, coached by E.J. Perry. They'll start off with Riley Grinder, Gentry Freeman, Leighton Vaselli, Braylon Walker, and Autumn Harold. And for your hometown Lady Panthers, 7-4 on the season, coached by Coach Scott Steinbrecher in his 7th season. They'll start out with Story Russell, leading the team in 3-point percentage at 36% from behind the arc. Addie McKelvey averaging just over 4 points a game. Nylock Paul leading the team in scoring, 12.2 points per game, 4.5 rebounds. Kieva Bradley has almost 12 points per game, leads the team in rebounds, 6.3 per, also leads in field goal percentage at 63% from the floor. And junior forward Gorchek Moot, 11.4 points per game, almost 5 rebounds, shooting 90% from the free throw line for the season. And John, we just got to keep it going, right? I mean, they've been playing well for the past, actually 4 games, more than 4 games, but 4 games really with them wins coming in there. Just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This is going to be a fantastic test for us. Westmoreland girls basketball is a big thing. They always take it extremely serious. They put a lot into it. They're a legitimate team. I don't care what class they're in. So it's going to be a really good test for us. Our backcourt tonight's going to show us that have they gotten any better or not, have they grown up in a couple of weeks. Because Westmoreland ain't going to let it loose on us. They're going to come at us hard and try to get us to turn the ball over.
Competition is sure stepping up tonight, and we'll hand it over to the public address announcer, Michael Carter, for our national anthem.
The play of our national anthem. It's time to meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Lady Eagles. Number 3, Riley Bronco. Number 5, Gentry Freeman. Number 14, Leighton Vazelli. Number 20, Brooklyn Walker. And number 55, Autumn Hill. And now, Panther Nation, get on your feet and make some noise as we introduce the starting 5 for your Lady Panthers. Starting at point guard, the sophomore, number 12, Tristan McKee. Starting at 4, the junior, number 24, Gotcha. Starting at 4, the senior, number 31, Keith. Starting at guard, the senior, number 0, Story Russell. And starting at 4, the senior, number 23, Nyla Paul. The Lady Panthers are led by assistant coaches Brianna Gillen and Disney Brown. And your head coach, Scott Steinbrecher.
Should be a fun game for us tonight. John Thayer, Kyle Eden as the visiting section from Westmoreland. They've got it loaded up pretty good there on the far side.
Yeah, they did. You could tell when you pulled in on the parking spots.
A lot of red.
A lot of red. They drive a lot of cars.
Panthers coming out around the center circle. It'll be Riley Grinder tipping off against Gorchek Moot. Once again, we want to thank you for supporting Lady Panther basketball here on the Portland Sports Network. Referees get set to tip. Ball is in the air. Moot wins the tip. Lady Panthers gain possession, and they'll be starting out from left to right, wearing their home whites, purple trim. Lob down low to Moot, cutting to the basket, and a quick two-pointer. Nice set play by Coach Stein coming off the tip-off. Down the lane quickly goes Westmoreland, misses the shot. Paul with the rebound. Up ahead to Moot, who got behind the traffic but missed the undercutted layup. Westmoreland will keep the pace going. Freeman gives it up to Vaselli. Grinder out on top. Tries to catch Walker cutting to the basket. Pass was no good. They got to start it all over again. Grinder at the top of the key. Gets a screen, loses her defender, unable to do anything with it as the ball was deflected out of bounds. It'll remain with Westmoreland. Harold will give the inbound. Vaselli playing point guard. She's being guarded by Moot. Picks up her dribble, taken away by McKelvey. McKelvey tries to outrun her defender, shields the defender, and makes the layup.
She did a really good job with that steal. What I was most impressed with, she got under control on the layup, just didn't sling it up. She got her body in the right spot for a good shot.
A quick 4-0 lead for the Lady Panthers here in the early going of this matchup against the Eagles. Double teamed by Bradley and Paul. Almost a turnover. Westmoreland able to keep possession. Tries to go to the low block. Double team again out in front. Moot intercepts the pass. Makes her way up to the left-hand side of the lane. Spin move. Turnaround shot goes in. A highlight move by Gorchek Moot. 3 baskets, 3 different scores for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, that was very, very pretty. Great job.
Panthers have the energy tonight, you can tell. Baselli picked up her dribble, can't find anyone to hand it off to. Walker comes to help her out, being guarded by McKelvey, picks up her dribble, throws it out front. Freeman to the lane, falls down.
Ooh.
And they're going to call a foul on the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, I think she was totally out of control and just fell down and just happened to run into us once she was falling.
Foul call for 23.
They'll give that one to Nyla Paul. First foul of the night goes to the Lady Panthers. Inbounds quickly into the lane, but guarded by Moot. Has to give it up. Back out on top to Walker. Into the lane. The floater is good. So the first basket for Westmoreland goes to Braylon Walker. It's now 6-2 Lady Panthers lead. Minute and a half gone here in this first quarter. Paul, Russell, down low to Bradley.
That was good ball movement. You got to move it around like that. Did a good job. They just did a good job doing defense, filling in that lane, knocking it out.
Pass that on front to Bradley from the inbounds. Mood at the top of the key. Decides to take it into the lane. And a defensive foul on Westmoreland.
Foul call for 51. Ball here. That's going to be the first. And the
It's
first.
the first foul on Harold for Westmoreland. Inbounds from the baseline out front to Bradley. She'll give it up to Moot. He brings it up to Russell, who quickly goes down low to Paul. Turnaround shot is good. And the whistle and the foul. Nylock Paul will go to the free throw line. You know, you could say the first 5 games, you could say Kieva Bradley was the player of the game. And now the last 5, you can say Nylock Paul has taken up that mantle. She seems to be the MVP of every possession. And she makes the free throw.
Yeah, but it's a team effort, too. We're doing a good job of getting rebounds, clearing out, fronting the floor hard, and getting the feeds into her. She is taking care of business once we get her the ball, though. That's for sure.
9-2, Portland leads. Once again, double team on Westmoreland, able to get rid of it. Walker over to Harold in the far corner, gives it back to Walker, goes down the lane, takes a shot up, off the rim, picked up by Moot, throws up ahead to Bradley. She's trying to chase it down. Can't quite get to it. And the turnover will go back to the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, it's just a little long, too long of a pass. Kieva was trying to get it under control and just kind of set up a play, but it just kind of kept going. It wouldn't stop.
And a steal at center court by Paul, and she'll have the easy layup. As she just took it from Baselli. 11-2 is your score. Panthers hot on the early going. Screen, roll, turnaround shot for Grinders, no good, but Portland will get whistled for a foul.
Yeah, I think they got McKelvey on that. I'm not sure.
Foul call for foul. That's the McKelvey. The first and the second. Team foul.
That's the first for Miss Addie.
For the Lady Eagles.
That'll send Grinder to the free throw line, where she makes the first one. Second one rims out, but an offensive rebound for Westmoreland. But she's crowded by several Lady Panthers, throws it out on front, and Grinder hits a 3.
Yeah, we cannot give up those kind of rebounds ever.
Lady Panthers still with a 6-point lead. Going up against this Westmoreland zone defense, wearing their black jerseys, red trim, and white lettering, but red numbering. Into the paint to Paul. Touch pass to Bradley on the low block. Knocked out of bounds.
That was a nice play on both their parts. I think they tipped it before we could get our hands on it, but I liked how quick that happened.
Moot jumps out to take the inbounds pass, and she'll drive in the lane, tries to scoop one in, doesn't go in. Rebound by Westmoreland. Freeman takes it all the way to the other end of the court, out on front, 3 on the way, off the mark. Chased down by Russell, tries to save it. It's grabbed by Westmoreland, and Freeman will go down into the lane. Has an open jumper, and she gets it.
That was a nice shot by her, getting that rebound, making it a short jump shot.
Westmoreland has cut the lead to 4. as Sophie Gaines had come into the game for Coach Perry of Westmoreland. Paul. Bradley going side to side, can't get it to her. And the corner shot. Gorchek Moot with the three.
From 24, boom.
It's not a shot.
Now they have doubled up 14-7. Gaines to Freeman. Baseline, and that's good. That was the basket by Braylon Walker.
Yeah, we just got to keep a good job of keeping square, not letting them beating us to the hole like they did right there.
McKelvey going up against this 3-2 defense. Over to Paul. Paul gives it to the corners. Russell looking down low. Nothing there. Back to Paul. Shouting out instructions. Bounce pass to McKelvey. Paul. Swinging it around. Catches Mood at the elbow. Elbow gives it back to Russell. Russell going to shoot from the three. Back of the iron. Tipped up. Bradley gets the rebound. Turns around. Misses the putback. And Westmoreland has the basketball. We're at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Lady Panthers lead 14-9.
Thing about a zone, when you're up, you don't have to rush it. You can keep passing it till you find a really good open shot. You don't have to force anything.
Gaines, guarded by Russell, gets pushed all the way back to the logo. Makes her way into the paint area, but gives it up for the three. Down the lane goes Freeman to the left-hand side. Takes a right-hand shot, and it rolls in. Walker with the bucket.
Walker, the two.
They did a good job of dribble penetration, getting a good shot.
It is now a 3-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Bounce pass to Russell. Gets it down to Bradley. No one's around her. And she tries to go side to side to Moot. Moot has to track it down, and they'll say she went out of bounds.
Yeah, the bad thing is that ref missed the push that got her out of bounds. She wouldn't just dribbled out. She was going to get it, and they shoved her right in the back and pushed her out. So he needs help on that. He didn't have the angle for the foul. He had the angle on going out of bounds, but his other officials just didn't the push.
A minute left here in the first quarter. Westmoreland with the basketball. Grinder goes down the lane, gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, we got to move our feet there, keep our shoulders square. That's the one thing sometimes last year we had a problem with, is getting sideways on defense and them getting some easy layups on us. We can't have that for sure.
Foul is on Madison Mays, who had just come into the game for Kieva Bradley. Grinder misses both free throws. Rebound to the Lady Panthers. Paul gets double teamed, loses the basketball, picked up by the Lady Eagles, up ahead, tries to pass over the defense. Russell's able to deflect it, but Westmoreland gets it back. Over to Layla Stevens, now back to Freeman, who gets fouled.
Russell did a good job getting back. They had numbers on us. If she would have been lazy to get back, they would have scored easily. But she deflected a ball, which stopped the layup.
That's the second foul on McKelvey, as she'll take a seat with 43 seconds going the first. Bailey Sharplet will give her relief. Freeman over to Grinder. Grinder gets around her defender and makes the layup. That's a good move by the center. She had the height advantage over the mismatch.
Yeah, they did a good job pick and rolling on that part.
Panthers now with only a 1-point lead. Moot goes baseline and gets one. What a shot by Gorchek. Moot goes down the baseline with her left hand, flips it over to her right, puts it up for the basket. 16-13, 7 seconds to go. Freeman to the left-hand side, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Don't read.
Shot on the way, gets partially blocked. They won't get it off. At the end of one. Getting set for second quarter action. The Lady Panthers hold a 3-point lead, 16-13 over Westmoreland. Gorchek Moot leading all scorers in that first quarter with 9. And John, you gotta like the way they're playing. Would have liked to got some of those easy buckets to go in, but the opportunities are there.
Yeah, I like the way we're playing offensively. Defensively, we're getting a little sideways a little bit too much. So we've got to definitely work on that. They're getting too many 8-foot in shots on us, and we've got to kind of get that under control. In my humblest opinion.
Westmoreland will have the basketball to start this second quarter. And Paul deflects the inbounds pass, and they'll say it went off the foot of Vaselli. So Panthers with the turnover right away. Madison Mays, Story Russell, Gorchek Moot, Nylock Paul, and Gabriel Bradley just now stepping in for Charlotte. Mays to Paul, far corner for Moot, back to Paul, gives it over to Russell on the high post, tries to go low to Bradley, gets knocked out of bounds. I don't think they dribbled the ball once during that offensive possession.
No, and it was nice. That's what you're supposed to do, is move the ball around. I mean, I'm not saying don't dribble. You should dribble sometimes, but on here we were passing, looking for wide open shots. It looked good.
Paul tries to catch Moot coming down the lane on the inbounds, but she loses possession, and it'll go over to Westmoreland.
Westmoreland showing at this point how well a coached team they are. They're doing some really good pick and rolls. They're setting us up to try to get some easy buckets. They're a really well-coached team. And the thing, not only are they a good coached team, they're listening to their coach.
As Moot and Paul jumps on the grinder coming around the top of the key, and I thought they had a steal, but they're going to call a hold on Paul. And that'll be her second. 2 fouls on Paul, 2 on McKelvey here in the first half. Lob in from the sideline. Gaines goes down the lane, gives it up. Back out on top to Vaselli. Gets taken away by Paul on the floor. Westmoreland picks it up. Over to Grinder, back out on top. Walker trying to get around Bradley. Can't do it. Gives it up to Stevens, and Bradley comes off her offensive player to grab that tie up, and then we'll give it to the Lady Panthers.
It's good defense. We just need to make sure that we don't get our third foul on number 23.
Paul back to Mays, into the front court, over to Moot. Moot goes into the lane, back it out to Paul. She's going to take a three. In there. Paul with 8 on the night. Makes it 19-13. Lady Panthers with the lead. A little over a minute gone.
So what did he call here?
He called 6-7. Ain't that what that
Okay, he
means?
called a foul.
I thought that was on.
That was a weird foul call motion.
They give the foul to Bradley. Paul will take a seat. In will come Ariel Lindsay for her first appearance in the game.
We still got to get better at when we stop the dribble, not reaching for the ball. And that point there, we're not trying to reach in and grab it. We're trying to deflect a pass, make it where she can't see where to throw it. But when you reach in, you're going to get a foul call on you, and we definitely don't want to do that.
Gentry Freeman comes in for Westmoreland. Out will sit Riley Grinder. Westmoreland with the inbounds here from the side. Up to Gaines, being guarded by Mays. 2 versus 2. Down the lane, and the floater's good. Sophie Gaines goes among the trees and makes the basket. 19-15. Russell and Mays out front. Lindsay, Moot, and Bradley running the baseline. Moot in the corner gives it down low to Bradley. Bradley comes around to the other side of the basket and makes the shot.
That was a nice shot. That was all physicality there. She had actually dribbled herself too far under the goal and came back, fought hard, and got a good shot up to get a 2-point bucket there.
First bucket on the night for Kieva Bradley, averaging almost 12 points per game. Stevens up to Walker. Over to Vaselli. Vaselli gives it to Gaines. Gaines trying to get around Mays, does a little spin move, gives it off to Vaselli, goes baseline, gets cut off by Bradley. Tries to throw it over to the corner, gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Eagles.
You know, one thing I'm noticing tonight? Our Panther Nation seems to be getting bigger crowds for our girls team, which is great. They need to.
Agreed. Sharplet coming in for Story Russell, and they're going to call a trip foul on Bradley. So the fouls are mounting up here. That'd be the second on her. As both McKelvey and Paul will come back into the game, both with 2 fouls. Mays and Bradley will take a seat. Westmoreland will inbounds underneath the basket. Bounce pass down low. Moot intercepts it. Makes her way to the middle of the court. Keeps going. Got lucky on the no call on the walk.
Right in front of the Westmoreland bench.
Mays over to Lindsay. Baseline. Gives it to Paul. Paul fakes the 3 into the lane. Takes a shot up, and it's good.
That was a nice job. She wanted to take the 3, decided not to, and took it to the hole. The girl was banging her all the way there, but she wouldn't be denied.
Paul in double digits for the night. Freeman picks up her dribble. Guarded tightly by Moot. Tries to get it down low to Vaselli, and they'll call traveling that time. Substitution for Westmoreland.
Number 30.
Grinder will come in. Stevens will go out. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Lady Panthers with an 8-point lead. McKelvey calling out the play. Over to Lindsay in the far corner. Lindsay picks up the dribble. She's double teamed. Tries to get it out to McKelvey. Turnover. Westmoreland has it. They'll make their way into the front court. They'll fake the 3. Gaines goes out top. She'll take the 3. And it's good. Gentry Freeman with the 3. 23-18.
They're trapping the first pass on that last possession, so we got to be aware of it.
McKelvey to Moot. Moot quickly goes baseline and makes the bucket.
Yeah, Moot said, come on, bring that on, didn't she? She went right by her.
Double team was coming her way. She beat them to the punch. Vaselli over to Gaines. Cross court to Walker. Back out on top to Grinder. Grinder will give it to Freeman. Freeman goes down the lane. Met by Sharklet. Tries to throw it out for the 3, and it gets deflected. Westmoreland retains possession. Story Russell will come back into the game. And she'll come in for Lindsay. Lady Panthers up by 7, just under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Freeman tries to lob it down low. Moot says none of that. Takes it into the front court. And they're going to call offensive foul on the Lady Panthers.
On us? Was it a pick that someone said? It's got to be. There's no way they called that on her.
Offensive foul.
They give it to Gorchek Moot. May have been a push off. Westmoreland into the front court. And they're going to call offensive foul on Westmoreland as Moot went flying on the floor.
Offensive foul on the five.
And Moot seems to be hurt. Excuse me, that's Paul on the floor.
So is that legal? I can take off my headsets and move them and then boo, right? That was a bad call, dude. She was getting harassed all the way down. It should have been on the defense, not her.
All comes back good. Lob down low to Sharklet. Turns around, misses the bucket, but gets her own rebound. Moot out to Paul. Paul fakes the 3, goes down the lane, turns around, and gets fouled.
Nice move there, too. Her spin got her the double team off of her, and then she took it right back up.
That's the first foul on Braylon Walker. In the act of shooting, Paul will go to the free throw line. where she misses the first one. Paul gets set for the second. It goes in. Lilac Paul with 1 points on the night. 8-point lead for the Lady Panthers. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Gaines, guarded by Paul, goes down to the right-hand side. Gives it up for the three to Harold, who misses it. Ball on the floor. And Charlotte had possession, but she was also had her hip on the baseline. So they'll keep it with Westmoreland. Charlotte will take a breather. In will come Kieva Bradley. Paul will sit. Mays will come back out. Again, 3 Lady Panthers with 2 fouls. Lob in to Freeman. Backs it up. Decides to go down the lane. Takes a shot. It goes in. Foul is called. Well, they say it was before the shot.
I think it's going to be on Mays, but we'll see. No, it's not on Mays.
Before the shot. So that's the second on Moot. Well, now they're changing it. Now they're saying she did make the bucket.
Or is it because we got 5? Or I don't know. They gave her the bucket.
There you go. No, there you go. 15 foul. Freeman misses the first. Misses the second one, but another offensive rebound for Westmoreland as Grinder gives it up out front to Freeman. And a turnover will give the ball to the Lady Panthers. Paul coming in for Mays. Harold will take a seat for Westmoreland.
Just no needless fouls.
McKelvey with that confident pace coming into the front court. Over to Powell. Fakes the pass to the near side, gives it back to McKelvey. Paul. Moot takes a 3. She got it. And Coach Stein calls a 30-second timeout. And Coach, who do you guard if you're Westmoreland?
Well,
I know they're not in man-to-man, but who do they put their priority to?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who I would guard, but I wouldn't guard. Moot and Powell are just nuts right now. And Bradley, she's going to pick it up here in a little while, too. She's going to get her some boards and put them right back up. But it's pretty impressive, to be honest with you.
Gorchek has on or around 14 points. Paul has 11. Panthers now have a double-digit lead just like that. After Westmoreland had cut it to 4, it's now 29-18 with 2:32 to go here in the second quarter. On the court is Mays, Bradley, McKelvey, Moot, and Russell. As Paul will take a seat.
I think Coach Stein, his coaching points now is defense. We still got to do a little bit better job getting our shoulders squared and not letting them drive to the hole.
Bounce pass down low for Westmoreland. Shot goes up, no good, but there's a foul. And that could be 3 on McKelvey. And they do call it on McKelvey. Stein looking down his bench. So he brings McKelvey out with 3 fouls, and he's going to have to put in Paul with 2 fouls with 2:20 to go here in the second. As Walker made 1 of 2 from the line, Mays tracks down that second rebound. 29-19. Paul tries to gun it down low to Moot. Too many Eagles in the lane. Picked off. Freeman into the front court. Gives it up to Gaines. Passed it over to Grinder. Grinder being guarded by Mays. Got a mismatch there. Catches Freeman on the backdoor cut on the lane. She gets the basket. Freeman with 7 points on the night. It's now 29-21. Paul to Moot. Paul flashing in the lane, gets past the Moot. Back three's no good. Westmoreland with possession. Turnover on the outlet pass. Paul goes down the lane, and she'll get fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
That was all Bradley getting that offensive rebound, though, and clearing it out and getting another shot for us. He did a great job.
Foul number 2, so in that.
That's the third team foul on Westmoreland with 1:23 remaining. Misses the first. Lindsay will come in for. No, Coach Stein says no, not yet.
Yeah, I think he's going to come in for Paul. She's going to come in for Paul. If she makes it.
Paul misses the second, tracks down a rebound, gets pushed. They're going to say she traveled.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought maybe it was a jump ball.
Ariel Lindsay into the game. Paul will take a seat. Coach Stein trying to nurse those 2 fouls with Paul. Don't want her to get the third one. Gets her out when she's playing defense. Freeman to Walker. Back over to Freeman. Guarded by Moot. Freeman tries to go down the lane, gets cut off, stops at the elbow, over for the three, almost good. Layla Stevens with the three. 29-24, Lady Panthers lead. 48 seconds to go here in the first half. Moot gets it to Mays at the elbow, who throws it back out to Russell, and they'll call traveling as she took steps right before she dribbled the basketball.
All right, we can't give up a cheap foul here.
36 seconds remaining. Portland up by 5, but Westmoreland has the basketball. Dribble handoff to Stevens. Stevens gives it to Grinder, double team. Gives it back off to Stevens. Into the corner, the shot is up, no good. Moot with the rebound, 22 seconds to go. Bounce pass up ahead to Bradley, and Bradley gets fouled going in for the layup. A one-handed left-hand bounce pass.
It was beautiful.
Up ahead to Bradley. Send the senior to the free throw line.
The second, 14th back.
Bradley misses that first one. Shooting 65% from the line for the season. She gets set, spins, shoots, misses a second one. A rare 2-shot miss for Bradley. Out of bounds, go to Westmoreland. 15 seconds to go. Westmoreland will try to cut it into a one-possession game before the half. Mays will meet Baselli at the center stripe. Baselli gets there, gives it to Grinder at the free throw line, 8 seconds. Hands it off to Freeman. Freeman tries to go back to Grinder, who rolled to the basket, and she gets the open bucket with 2 seconds to go. Panthers won't get a shot off. Late basket for Westmoreland. Cuts that Lady Panther lead to 3. At the end of 2, it's Portland 29, Westmoreland 26. We'll be right back. You're listening to Lady Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
Halftime here at PHS Arena, looking down the Corey Brewer Court, where your Lady Panthers are clinging to a 3-point lead, 29-26. They had it up in double digits. They started off early hot. They went up 9-2, and then Westmoreland battled back, got it to within 3 at the end of the first. Panthers went up again at one time with an 11-point lead, 29-18. An 8-0 run by Westmoreland to finish out the second quarter gives us the halftime score of 29-26. And John, you got to realize that we stepped up in competition here. And Westmoreland, as you said, a very good basketball team, always has a good program. And even when the Lady Panthers got out front, it didn't look like Westmoreland was panicking.
No, they didn't. They're a well-coached team. They didn't stress out at all. They just was trying to get familiar with what we were doing. I think the one thing is they've hit a couple threes, but not enough threes to panic about. I think where they're killing us is they're doing a good job of getting into the paint and getting easy layups and easy 8-foot to 5-foot jump shots. So we got to clean our defensive side up big time. Offensively, we look good. We make a few plays here and there. We rush trying to put one down low that wasn't there yet. Maybe rotate it a couple times before you push it down there. Don't get in a hurry. When you're in the lead, there's no rush. You're winning. If you don't score another bucket but don't give the ball up again, you win the ball game. So you've got to be really relaxed in that situation and make them run. Nobody likes to play defense, period. So when you make the other team play defense, it wears them out. It gets them aggravated and frustrated. And then it tends to make them rush a little bit on the offensive end because they say, we finally got the ball. We got to hurry up and do something. Let's go. So we just need to learn how, when we got a lead, to be calm and run the the offense as much as you can, make them work hard on defense and not rush things. But I'm impressed with us. Offensively, we look really good.
I like the ball movement on offense, and that's been going on for about three games now. We mentioned earlier where they're moving the ball around without dribbling.
Right. The one thing they're going to come back to is that little trap that kind of aggravated us a little bit early on. So you look for Coach Perry he's got in his mind sometime during this game that he's going to throw that out wait till we got up across the line, and our first pass to one of the edges is when they jumped it. So they're going to do that again because they've had a little bit of success with it.
That's where the touch passes come in handy too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Especially in the high-low area.
Yep.
Foul trouble could be an issue too, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
yeah, the one thing I was happy about is we did get out of that half with not bad. I was, the thing is, it is what it is. But Paul and Moot, Bradley, those girls can't be in foul trouble. Our team revolves around those three. So making sure none of them picked up their third foul, to me, was really, really important. Let's save them for later in the game when we need them.
And it's not the scoring that worries you if they're not in the game. It's the defensive side.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've got great length. They can move to the ball really good. So when they're out of there, our length really goes down, and that makes it easier on the team to score.
Offensively on the scoring sheet, Paul and Moot pretty much carried the team.
Yeah, McKelvey's got 2 points. Paul's got 11. Moot's got 14. Bradley's got 2. The one thing that I was disappointed on is I've got us 2 for 7 from the free throw line. Rebounds, Mays has got 1. Paul's got 1. Moot's got 2. Bradley's got 2. Sharklet's got 1. Steals, McKelvey's 1. Paul 2. Moot 3. Assists, Story Russell 1. McKelvey 1, Paul 3, Moot 2, and we don't go over the turnovers, but we had 8 for the first. And we go over singly. I just don't call out people individually. But we had 8 turnovers in the first half, which about 2 too many, I think. You're looking, I think, really 5 is about average. So we want to try to keep it in that realm at all. So we definitely need to get the turnovers cleaned up, and we definitely need to keep them from cutting to the bucket. Scoring for them, Grinder had 7, Freeman had 7, Walker had 10, Gaines had 2. They were also 2 for 7 from the free throw line. So I know Coach Perry is going to get on them a little bit on that because if they hit their 5 free throws, they're in front. So I know him enough to know he's and that's Westmoreland basketball. They know how to do it right there. They know when you get on the free throw line, it's a bucket that should be made, and they're going to work on that for sure. But we as well going to work on that and make it happen.
Going back to foul trouble, McKelvey has 3, and that's going to hurt you. And you got a handful with 2, so that's something to watch for. Basically, in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, is to get through that little jump after halftime. And McKelvey definitely not getting her 4th, but others not getting their 3rd.
Yep, I agree with you. Save them for later. Then if they do go up on us a little bit near the fourth quarter or something, we can pick our defense up and maybe even reach and stuff to get a little bit more nastier on defense. But we can't pick them up early in this third quarter because if that's going to set the tone for the rest of the game.
Short pause as the players start coming back out on the court to finish their halftime warm-ups. You're listening to Portland Lady Panther basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Welcome back to second half action here. Lady Panthers going up against Westmoreland. Lady Panthers will have to play defense to start this third quarter. Coach Stein giving some last-second instructions. As he'll bring the 5 out on the court, and it looks like he's going to go with his starting lineup of Bradley, Russell, Moot, Paul, and Addison McKelvey. When Panthers have the basketball, they'll be going from right to left, but currently Westmoreland will take the inbounds. And they'll start it up on the left-hand side of the court. Walker pops out, takes it to the lane. He gets a shot off over Bradley. Braylon Walker with the bucket, and quickly, it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, that was a good shot, so he wasn't afraid at all. And
Paul,
Bradley's a tough defender.
Paul taking the point guard position. Russell comes out, gets the pass back over to Paul in the near slot area. As Bradley takes the low post, Moot was taking the high post. Back to Paul. Russell to the top. Panthers are swinging it around, trying to catch that defense off guard. Moot takes an open three off the mark. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Westmoreland. Walker, she'll slow it down and wait for her teammates to get down. Gives it over to Freeman. Up and under move, doesn't go in. McKelvey with the rebound. Westmoreland a 2-3 zone defense now. Russell swings it to the near slot area to McKelvey, who dribbles her way up to the volleyball line. Over to Paul. Panthers being patient on offense. Moot pops up, grabs the pass, gives it over to McKelvey. McKelvey looks for Paul in the lane, doesn't have it, gives it up to Moot. Moot gives it to Paul. High-low to Bradley is good.
2 points for Billy Wong.
Did a great job of being patient there and finding the open cutter.
Panthers back up to a 3-point lead. Double team, and down low goes Grinder, and they'll say she traveled. She had the lane as her defender left to help on the double team, and she rolled to the basket, got the pass, but traveled.
Yeah, Coach Perry does a really good job of coaching that pick and roll. They're pretty good at it.
Lady Panthers will try to extend this 3-point lead as Russell gives it over to Moot in the corner. Back out to Russell, turns around to McKelvey, swishes over in the corner. Shot is on the way, no good. And the Leggett Eagles will push it forward. Walker gives it to Grinder at the top of the key. Grinder goes left-hand side, goes right around her defender.
2 points for the
The Olay defense gives Westmoreland another basket, and it's back to a 1-point game. Russell at the free throw line gives it to Moot, back on top to Paul. McKelvey back to Paul. Westmoreland doing a good job of swinging around the defense. Entry pass to Bradley, turns around, misses the shot. She had position. Knocked out of bounds on the rebounds, will stay with the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, she's got to work on that little shot there. That's got to go in every time she gets it.
Paul will inbound on the baseline. Looking for Bradley to cut to the basket. It's not there. She has to throw it out on top to Russell. Moot back over to Paul in the corner. Paul will dribble up to the ear of the Panther logo. Thought she was going to take the three. Gives it over to McKelvey. Bradley in the short corner. Back to McKelvey. 5 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Lady Panthers with a 1-point lead. Paul gives it to Bradley at the free throw line. Back to Paul. Takes a long three. Bounces off the rim. And Westmoreland will push it forward. Freeman over to the left-hand side. Paul takes it away. It's on the floor. Picked up by Westmoreland. And they'll throw it back around as Harold tries to take a three. Paul still on the floor. Rebound. Put back. No good. Westmoreland gets another offensive rebound. And finally, the referees call timeout as Paul is in pain. Trainer comes out to check on her.
Yeah, you never want to see anybody hurting. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
So we'll keep it here as they're tending to Nylock Paul. And Coach, I think they was kind of listening to you. If you got the lead, you don't have to shoot. There is no shot clock. As Paul gets up, limps off, and she grabbed her right knee.
I think she's going to be okay.
So Madison Mays will come into the game as Paul will take a seat. Westmoreland to inbounds. A basket here will give them the lead for the first time in the game. Gaines into the ball game for Perry. Almost stolen by Bradley, picked up by Westmoreland. Gaines, guarded by Mays, tries to go baseline, picks up her dribble. Back to Freeman out on top. Freeman goes into the lane, makes a shot. It's good. And at the 3:55 mark, Westmoreland has the lead, 32-31.
Yeah, we just don't need to freak out. Just work for a good shot.
McKelvey, Moot, Russell back out on top, swings it over to Mays. Mays gives it back to Moot. Moot gives it to Russell, who turns around, gives it to Moot, coming around to the left-hand side. Moot bounce pass to Bradley, turnaround shot. Doesn't go in. How does it miss? Ball is loose, out of bounds. Last touch by Westmoreland.
Yeah, Bradley's got to get a little bit of pad work there on her short shots. Somebody's got to sit there and practice and just pound her with the pads so she just gets used to a little physicality.
3 on the inbound is good by McKelvey. And Coach Stein calls a quick timeout. We'll take a quick 30. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
Portland with a 2-point lead, 34-32 over Westmoreland, 3:19 to go. Here in the third, Coach Stein called a 60-second timeout. And John, the cheerleading squad failed to send me the memo that tonight was ugly Christmas sweater night.
Well, some of those sweaters aren't ugly. I'm fond of the Grinch one. I think we own that one in my family, to be honest with you. But they look cute. They look good. They're in good spirit. It's a holiday season. You need to wear those kind of sweaters. Do you have one if you could have worn it?
I do not.
Okay.
Nylock Paul back on the court. She'll be joined with Bradley, Moot, Mays, and McKelvey as Russell takes a breather. Westmoreland quickly into the front court, dribble handoff to Stevens, over to Walker into the lane, misses it, but the putback on the other side by Grinder is good. Score is now tied, 34 all. As the scoring has dried up for the Lady Panthers.
Oh.
Pass down low, out of bounds. It got tipped before Bradley got a hold of it, and I think that affected her eyes on that one and went out of bounds. So Westmoreland now will try to take the lead again. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Grinder out on top. Spin move, tries to get rid of Bradley, takes a stutter step, and they'll call a foul, push. And that'll go against Bradley.
Foul call 31.
That's her third foul.
First foul.
Only the first team foul on the Panthers here with 2:38 to go in the quarter. As Grinder makes the first one. Grinder has 12 points on the night. And the second one goes in.
Whoa. We almost had a backcourt violation on the travel.
Mays takes a three off the mark, chased down by Westmoreland. And Gaines into the front court, shoots it. Thought she was going to dribble it back out, misses the shot. Rebound by Westmoreland, the putback no good. Paul gets that one. And she says, let's get this ship righted. Tries to go down the lane, gets the ball tipped away from her, picked up by Westmoreland. Gaines, other direction, gives it off to Freeman for the three, off the mark. Putback no good. The foul against the Lady Panthers.
It's too many offensive rebounds given up by us.
Foul call number 24.
Now that's the third on Gorchek. John, I'm not seeing the energy that I saw in that first half.
Well, one thing is our free throws our 3-point shots not falling, and it looks like that's affecting our overall energy. We need to quit worrying about our threes for a few seconds and try to go downhill, get a few fouls on them, and then see if we can get some easy buckets.
Both free throws made by Westmoreland. All of a sudden, they're up by 4. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Bounce pass to Moot in the free throw area, turns around, decides to give it up. Tipped out by Westmoreland.
Yeah, we may have lucked up on that pass because it wasn't a very good pass.
Inbounds to Mays. And she'll dribble her way up to the top of the key over to McKelvey. McKelvey with 3 fouls. Moot with 3 fouls. Bradley with 3 fouls. McKelvey's going to take an open 3. In and out. Rebound Moot. Gets her shot blocked on the floor. Paul dives for it. Ball's loose again.
Gotta
this
be a
time
jump
there's a
ball.
tie up. Possession arrow will stay with the Lady Panthers.
Good job on our girls attacking the boards.
Four across the baseline for the Panthers on this inbound. Give it up to Mays. She takes a 3. She feels it. It's just not going in. Put back by Bradley is no good. Gets a rebound again. Off to Moot, who misses one from the free throw line. And Paul tries to get the tie up, but they're going to call her for a reach in. So that's number 3 on Nylock Paul. No less than 4 Lady Panthers now with 3 fouls. 1:14 to go here in the third. Westmoreland leads by 4. Press by the Lady Panthers causes a turnover. Moot with the basketball, and she gets fouled from behind. Press caught Westmoreland off guard. That's only the first team foul on Westmoreland here in the third. Paul lobs it to Moot. Moot lobs it right back to Paul, but he goes out of bounds. I don't remember seeing that play on the set sheet. Panthers going to stay with this press. Paul needs to watch it. Don't get that 4th foul.
Yeah, you're right.
She does knock it out. Well, they'll say Westmoreland touched it last, so turnover gives it to the Panthers. They stack it up at the elbow. Out to McKelvey, over to Paul. She'll take the 3 from the corner. Misses it, but she'll chase down that long rebound. And she gives it to McKelvey in the lane, back out to Mays, over to Paul, right side Moot, who takes a 3. No good. And Westmoreland has the rebound. Pass up ahead to Freeman. Freeman goes into the paint, cuts it off, knocked out by Mays.
Mays did a good job trying to stop that thing from happening. They were rotating it around, getting ready to take a 3, and her tipping it out got our defense a chance to get set up here.
37 seconds to go. Westmoreland inbound to the elbow. On top to Gaines. Gaines pump face, goes into the lane, takes a floater. It's good.
That was a nice shot. I think she walked out of it, but
40-34 now Westmoreland leads. Panthers have only scored 5 points here in this quarter. Mays in the paint area. Tries to bounce it down low to Bradley. Gets deflected, picked up by Westmoreland. Double team. Westmoreland gets it up ahead to Gaines. Tipped away by Moot. And timeout was called by Westmoreland. So with 8 seconds to go here in the third, Westmoreland's going to try to set up on one more play.
30 seconds. Timeout.
And John, we've been outscored 14-5 here in this third quarter. And I'm not sure where to point my finger to.
our threes are dried up, and we just haven't been able to knock down any point-blank shots when we've taken them inside.
Do you feel like they're settling for the 3?
I don't know. Coach Stein, I think early they might have. I think the thing is their threes not hitting them is making them get down on themselves. And you can't live or die like that. It's just sometimes your threes aren't going to be there. Find another place to score.
So Westmoreland with 8.2 seconds. Will have to go about 3/4 of the way of the court. Inbound to Freeman. Freeman being guarded by Paul, and that'll be number 4 on Nylock Paul. And Coach Stein hiding his face.
Paul, her 4th and the 14th foul.
And Story Russell will come in. So you don't like to see 4.5 seconds to go in the quarter. Your number 1 player getting that 4th foul.
Yeah, there wasn't enough good things that were going to happen with it if you got a steal. Just let it go. Play good defense. Make them have a tough shot to end the quarter with.
So Westmoreland, 1 more try. 3 seconds. 2. Freeman pushes off, takes the shot, doesn't go in. At the end of 3, it's Westmoreland 40, Portland 34. We'll be right back with the last 8 minutes of Lady Panther basketball. Completely different basketball game in the third quarter from what we saw in the first half, as Westmoreland has a 6-point lead, 40-34. And if there's a switch we can flip, we need to find it now, because you're probably going to start this fourth quarter without Nylock Paul on the court.
Yeah, one interesting point is they were 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the third quarter alone. We had 0 free throws, which means they're either not calling it down low when we're in there, or we're not getting down low enough with some physicality to get a foul.
Neither Gorchek Moot nor Nylock Paul scored in that third quarter after combining for 25 points in the first half. Lady Panthers will play defense in this final 8 minutes. And they'll have Bradley, Moot, Mays, Russell, and McKelvey on the court for Coach Stein. Freeman to Grinder. Walker with the basketball, gets cut off, almost loses it. Grinder picks it up and turns around and makes the basket. All the Panthers are trying to go after the loose ball. Grinder just picks it up and shoots the bucket.
She was just really calm the whole time.
A 3 by McKelvey goes in. That'll bring some momentum as the Panthers still in that press. Westmoreland able to get it to the front court. That's 2 threes on the night for McKelvey. Baseline goes Westmoreland, misses the shot. Good positioning by McKelvey in the game with 3 fouls, and she'll just keep it and she'll walk it up herself. Trying to get to a 1-possession game here for the Panthers. McKelvey back to Moot. Moot one-handed pass to Russell. Fakes the 3, goes baseline, picks it up. Mays dribbles to the top of the key, gives it to Moot. Trying to wear out this zone defense. Back to McKelvey. Moot at the top of the key, passes it around to Russell. And now McKelvey will pop back up to the top, and we'll start all over again. Moot in the corner, tries to get it into Russell at the elbow, gets knocked away by Westmoreland. They saw that one coming. And Freeman makes her way up to the front, gives it off for the 3, no good. Rebound, though, goes to the Lady Eagles, and Freeman will start it again with a 5-point lead, and a reach-in is called on the Lady Panthers. That one will go to Moot, so that'll be number 4 on Gorchek Moot.
Yeah,
Speaking of 4 fouls, here comes Nylock Paul into the game.
Yeah, you don't want to pick up your 4th foul on a reach. Never, never, never.
So Coach Stein having to milk his players with these foul troubles that he's got to deal with. Inbounds for Westmoreland to Walker. Walker goes into the lane, guarded by Bradley. And she'll get it up to Stevens. And she'll get called for taking too many steps. 6:14 to go in the fourth. Lady Panthers need to get it going here.
I'm going to give McKelvey a couple more shots here. She's got 2 3-pointers if I've got it right.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to shoot a little bit more if she's hot.
Mays will give it off to McKelvey in the corner. She'll bounce pass to Bradley. Bradley gets it out over to Paul. Paul turns around to Mays. Mays backs it up, bounces pass to Paul. McKelvey comes around the top of the key, receives the pass, but she'll give it up to Russell on the far slot area. Back out on top to Mays. Around on this side to Paul for a 3. She made it.
3 by Walker.
Like I said, work the ball and let Paul take a 3.
Three for Westmoreland, and that one goes in with a hand in the face. Layla Stevens makes her second three of the night.
This kind of game right here is going to tell you if you're a kind of team that can go far in tournaments. This is a good game. You had a lead. Westmoreland took it. They're hitting their shots. You got to just stay calm and get you some good looks.
45-40, Westmoreland with the lead. 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Panthers working the ball around this zone defense. Gives it to Mays in the free throw area. Back to McKelvey for another three. That was not going to go in. And it'll go over to Westmoreland.
All right, so much for my coaching.
He was too wide open.
I guess so, yeah.
Russell goes out. Moot comes in again. Gorchek Moot with 4. Nalok Powell with 4. McKelvey with 3. Bradley with 3. And the Panthers are having to use their press. Freeman gets trapped. Hands it off to Grinder. Grinder picks up a dribble over to Freeman. Dribbles over to the left-hand side. Goes down the lane. Misses the easy bucket. And Paul with the rebound. Up ahead to Moot. Moot goes baseline, takes a side step, and gets fouled. That was a great move by Moot because the Westmoreland defender had position. Was trying to get that charging call. And that side step caused the other Westmoreland defender to foul. And I think Gorchek free throw line. Gorchek calmly sinks the first one, shooting 90% on the season. And Coach Stein's going to call a 30-second timeout. Panthers down by 4 with Moot on the free throw line for one more free throw. 4:27 to go here in the fourth. Again, a good Westmoreland team coming in tonight 6-2. Lost by 3 against 6-Day Beach girls a couple of weeks ago. Panthers had an 11-point lead in the first half. Have given that up, only scoring 5 in the third quarter. Looking to right the ship here in the last 4.5 minutes.
They can do it. We just can't let them have any second chance points. So we got to get on the boards really good. Don't let them cut the lane, get any easy layups. And make our free throws if we get them.
Moot gets set. Makes that second one. She is 20 of 22 from the free throw line for the season. Makes it a 3-point game for Westmoreland. Panthers playing tight on that man-to-man defense. Knocked out of bounds by Paul. She thought it was tipped by the Westmoreland player. Referee says, nope, I'm right here. Westmoreland inbound on the near side. Give it out up to Gaines. Gaines will back it up. 4:13 to go here in the fourth. Gaines to Stevens. Out on top of Grinder. Grinder into the lane. Gives it up. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound by Freeman. She'll go back up with it. That one's no good. Mays gets the ball. Gives it up to Paul. Paul up ahead to Bradley. Oh, couldn't hang on to it. Out of bounds. Good look by Paul.
Yeah, it hit her in the head. It was a good pass. It's what else? What else can you say? You throw 3/4 court and it hits you in the head. It's a good pass. And that's different than if it's on your feet. Obviously, a pass on your feet is not a good pass, but your head is a good place to put it.
Gaines with the basketball, and she'll dribble handoff to Vaselli into the game. Vaselli double team, picked up by Bradley, over to Paul,
timeout.
on the floor, back to Bradley. Bradley tries to dribble up in the front court. She'll try to slow it down, give it to Moot. Moot to McKelvey, back on top to Paul. Paul says, I'm going to take this 3, but it's not going to go in. And Westmoreland with the rebound. That would have tied the game. Westmoreland up ahead. Moot with the steal. And now with 3:10 to go, the Panthers can cut it to 1 or tie with a 3. Paul gives it to Moot. in the paint. Moot turns around, spin move, a little bit too much spinning. And she'll get called for travel. I think she couldn't decide whether she's going to shoot it or pass it off.
Yeah, she just got kind of right in between steps and just couldn't make up her mind in time.
I think that was our first discombobulation effort on the night. Full court pressure by the Lady Panthers. And now it's to Westmoreland. Westmoreland dribbles away into the front court. Tipped away by Paul. Out of bounds? No, it'll stay with Westmoreland. Several Panther fans on this side that was within 10 feet of the play disagrees with that call, but it'll stay with Westmoreland. Thrown out to Vaselli. Vaselli almost loses it, picks it up. Again, Paul playing with 4 fouls. And still being active. Taken away by Moot. She chases it down. She's got 1 to beat, gets them knocked on the way to the basket. So Gorchek Moot, unafraid. I'll get 2 free throws.
I'd like to see that thing go in. She got it up pretty good, but it just didn't have enough ump on it.
Foul on the foul, gets her a free throw. Her second team foul. Wheelchair Booth at the line for the Lady Panthers.
So Gorchek waits for the ball, finally gets to her. Take a couple of dribbles and she'll shoot it. And not in there. I'm not going to tell her how to shoot it. She's 90% for the season. And misses both of them. But the rebound by Mays, Panthers finally get their own offensive rebound. Back to Moot, takes a mid-range, off the mark. Bradley almost has the rebound. Loose, picked up by Westmoreland. Westmoreland looking to throw it up ahead. 2-on-1. Westmoreland has numbers. Bounce pass, shot is up, shot is good. Mays had nowhere to go. Panthers had several opportunities to tie this game, and they're now down by 5. McKelvey to Paul. Paul takes a 3 off the mark. And Westmoreland with the rebound. Timeout is called by Westmoreland. We'll take a break with 1:56 remaining. Lady Panthers down by 5. .56 remaining in the fourth quarter. Westmoreland holds a 5-point lead over your Lady Panthers, 47-42. Reset, Gorchek Moot, Nylock Paul, both with 4 fouls. Addison McKelvey, Kieva Bradley with 3 fouls. Moot leading the Panthers with 16 points. Paul has 14. Possession arrow goes towards the Lady Panthers, but Westmoreland will inbounds with the full length of the court. Freeman runs up to the baseline, gets the inbounds pass, and gives it right back to Walker. Walker throws up ahead to Vaselli. Vaselli, one-handed pass over to Gaines. Grinder in the far corner. Back to Gaines. And she'll give it to Walker. Walker goes down the lane, picks it up. I think Westmoreland just trying to run some clock.
Yeah, there's got to be a point that we got to decide
Playing
to foul.
defense, and Mays took it away, but they're going to call jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the home team.
Good play by Mays.
McKelvey will take it into the front court. 1:23 to go. Lobs it over to Paul in the corner. He takes a 3 off the mark. Moot had the rebound, but loses it. So once again, over to Westmoreland. Two guards run to the basketball. It goes into Gaines and she'll be fouled by Mays. That's the second foul on Madison Mays. Only the second team foul with 1:13 to go.
The bad thing about it here is we might ought to get some subs in to try to get those 5 fouls real quick and then bring the starters back in.
Inbounds. Over to Walker. Splits the defenders, 4 versus 1, and they'll bring it back out. As Gaines says, let's set it up with 1 minute to go. Walker. Bradley tries to intercept, and they'll call her for the reach in. That'd be number 4 on 31.
Foul on 31. PA Bradley. That'll be her 4th and the 3rd. Team foul.
Timeout called by Coach Stein of Portland. We'll take a quick timeout. 55 seconds remaining. This is Lady Panther basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
55 seconds remaining. Lady Panthers down by 5. And the shooting on the offensive end is just dried up here in the second half.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that for sure. But we've still got a chance. 5 points is doable. We just got to get some quick fouls on them so we can get them on the line and see if they can win it there or not.
Coach Stein decides who's going to do, and here he's playing offense, defense, I believe, as he brings out Sharklet, Lindsay, Russell, McKelvey, and Mays. McKelvey has 3 fouls, but you got to think he's trying to get quick fouls on Westmoreland as they inbounds. Back out on front, Gaines, Sharklet grabs Gaines.
Yeah,
So
we got to
that'll
do it a little quicker here, though.
Yeah, that'll be the 4th foul. Next one will put Westmoreland to the free throw line.
So McKelvey's got 3, right?
Yes.
All right, so we can get her a foul too. We just got to go out there and get it.
And they throw it to Freeman, who's being guarded by McKelvey. So McKelvey lays off. Back over to Walker, who gets fouled by Russell. So Braylon Walker will go to the free throw line as in comes the big 3 for the Lady Panthers. Bradley, Moot, and Paul get set to come back in, each with 4 fouls. And Walker makes the first one. Out will go Mays, Lindsay, and Sharklet. So the starting 5 on the court for Coach Stein with 40 seconds to go. Westmoreland makes that first free throw, makes the second. So now it's a 7-point lead, 49-42. McKelvey quickly into the front court. Over to Moot. Moot goes baseline, throws it out to Paul. She'll take the 3, short. And Westmoreland with the rebound and 27 seconds to go. And Paul gets knocked down again. And she'll be checked on. John, a completely different team these last 16 minutes from what we've seen the last 3.5 games.
Yeah, I agree. I think the lack of hitting your threes has actually got them down on the defensive side of the ball, which you just can't let that happen. I mean, it's because you're going to miss shots. That's part of basketball. You just, you got to fight and pick your defense up ever even harder when your balls aren't going down. Eventually, they'll come back to you. But I think that just, you can tell the more they started missing, the more they kind of lost their pep, so to speak.
We got hot there for a second as McKelvey made 2 and Paul made 1.
Right, but just not enough.
Moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Just not enough at the right time.
Yeah. As Paul walks off the court under her own power. Mays will come in for a substitute. 22 seconds to go. Westmoreland up by 7. And they have possession of the basketball. Curl, screen, throws into the backcourt to Freeman, to Walker. Walker will dribble her way to the front court, being chased down by 3 Panthers. She passes it off to Freeman, back to Walker. Walker makes her way around 3 Panthers over in the corner. 6 seconds to go. Well, Westmoreland will run out this clock. 1 second remaining. Buzzer sounds, and after an 11-point lead vanishes, the Panthers can't do anything to get it back. And they'll fall in tonight's game against Westmoreland by a score of 49-42. We'll be right back with a recap and final stats as you're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
Win streak is broken for the Lady Panthers as they fall tonight to Westmoreland. Final score of 49-42. A tale of 2 halves. Late in the first half, Lady Panthers were up 29-18. Shots would not go in the third quarter. Foul trouble started mounting up as Westmoreland started attacking the basket. And the Lady Panthers just could not get back on track after falling off the rails at the beginning of the third. And John, you just got to suck it up and move on.
Yeah, you watch film, you look at what you didn't do good, and you fix it. And my thing with the Lady Panthers, your shots are going to come and go. So when your outside shots are not falling, you got to have plan number 2. And that's go downhill and get to the free throw line. But the key is your defense can't lack. And I think that's what Coach Stein's going to go on the worst. The one Achilles heel I thought we had last year was there were teams that could beat us to the bucket and break us down pretty easy at times. And we need to keep working on that to make sure that doesn't happen. You don't want people to start watching film and saying, you know what, if we dribble the ball a lot and do a lot of handoffs, we definitely can break them down and get some easy shots to the bucket. So we got to work on keeping our shoulders square, switching off on our defenders. But I think more than anything, just not get down when the shots aren't falling.
We talked a lot in the last couple of games about how they had improved so much on their defensive discipline, standing straight up, not reaching for the ball when they got the players trapped. And they lost a little bit of that tonight. There was some fouls in the lane, because they were attacking the basket. But then there were a lot of fouls that, far away from the basket, and maybe we should have held back on. So got to clean that up and get back to what got you here to this point to begin with.
I agree. Coach Stein will get it squared away. There's no doubt about that. He's a good coach. As long as the girls will buy into what he's telling them and listen, then they're going to be okay.
I agree. Once again, final score, Portland 49, Westmoreland 49, Portland 42. That drops the Lady Panthers record down to 7-5 on the season. They'll be playing this weekend in the Portland Christmas Classic. That'll be on Saturday and Monday. After Christmas, they'll travel towards the beach, John, as they'll play Gulf Shores Invitational Tournament. Are you going to that one?
Well, are they paying? If they're hooking us up so we can broadcast, I would maybe be all about that. I got nothing going on that week. But I'm going to give you the scoring for the game. McKelvey had 8, 2 3-pointers. Paul had 14. Moot had 16. Bradley had 4. We were 4 from 11 from the free throw line, and that's unofficial. I'm doing those stats so they could be off. My thing is, if Curtis Moreland gives you a stat, his is right. Mine is just guesswork. Rebounds, Mays had 3. McKelvey 2. Paul 4, Moot 3, Bradley 2, Steals, McKelvey 1, Paul 2, Moot 6, Bradley 1, assists 1 for Russell, 2 for McKelvey, 4 for Paul, 2 for Moot, 1 for Bradley. I'm not going to talk about turnovers individually. We had 14 for the game, so we need to clean that up a little bit. But I don't think the turnovers hurt us as bad as just getting down on missing our shots. For Westmoreland, their scores, Grinder had 15, Freeman had 9, Vizili, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, I'm sorry, I'm listening, 2, Walker 17, Stevens 2, Gaines 2. What I was most impressed about Westmoreland, they were 6 for 6 in the second half on the free throw line. So they knew late in the game, free throws matter when they had a chance in the second half to get points without the ball being moved around or the clock ticking. They made their shots. They're a good team. We knew coming in they were going to be well coached. They definitely were. All the girls that were on the floor for them could catch the ball, dribble the ball, pass the ball. They were all very good at that, so there was no weak spots that you could pick on. And they're just a good team. We just got to pick it up and move forward. And like I said, just don't get down when our threes aren't falling.
When we come back, we'll get set for the boys' game. You're listening to Panther Basketball. Time to get ready for the boys' game tonight at Portland High School Gymnasium. Your Panthers are warming up for tonight's matchup against the Westmoreland Eagles. Panthers were up against a tough opponent Friday night and left the court with a hard-fought victory, defeating Joe Burns. Final score 76-67 in a game that seemed much closer than the score would indicate. Portland had a 6-point lead at the break in a back-and-forth half. Red Devils cut it to 2 in the third. A 16-6 run to end the quarter gave the Panthers a cushion. Joe Burns battled back several times, but the home team able to keep the lead for the good win. Tristan Calvert, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Evan Ferguson, 16 points. Quentin Totten had 12 points, and Keelan Dalton, 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals. That put the Panthers at 7-3 on the season. The best team 10-game start since the 2021-2022 season. Coming in tonight to face Westmoreland, who is undefeated so far this season with an 8-0 record, defeating Macon County along the way. That was 48-39 that last week in Lafayette. Coach Sherry Abner has her team playing well on both sides of the court, as they are scoring almost 70 points per game while giving up only 34 points per game. But Panthers have a 4-game win streak on the line. This looks to be a barn burner. We'll take one more short break. We'll be back for starting lineups and tip-off as you're listening to Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to
Welcome back. Portland High School Gymnasium, Corey Brewer Court, as both teams are warming up for tonight's battle. John, I wanted to mention to you, the candy stripe warm-up pants, they're everywhere.
I don't have a pair.
So it must be a big thing. Joe Burns came in with them
Oh, did they?
the other night. Yeah, and I saw another team when we was looking at the film on the huddle out. Had another team that they were scouting was wearing the pants. So
Coach Ferb's got to hook me up.
must be the going thing.
I would be having them on right now if I had a pair.
Well, sure you would. Anyway, looking at the starting lineups for tonight's game, we'll start off with the Westmoreland Eagles coming in tonight again with an 8-0 record. And they'll start off with 2 seniors and 3 juniors, as you've got number 4 is Xander Hodge if you're scoring at home. Number 5, Jackson Pardue. Number 11, Carson Phillips. Number 12 and number 15 is Grayson Walker. And for your Portland Panthers, 7-3, coached by John Ferguson in his 4th season. And he'll start off with 4 seniors and a junior. Number 0, senior Tristan Calvert, averaging 12.7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds. Number 3, junior guard Evan Ferguson, 8.5 points per game, shooting 35% from behind the line. Number 4, senior Nate Honeycutt, 8 points per game, 3 rebounds. Number 15, senior Quentin Totten, leads the team in free throw shooting at a clip of 74%, has 7.6 points per game, 4 rebounds. And number 23, the senior Keelan Dalton, leads the team in scoring and rebounds, 13.4 points per game, 8.9 rebounds per game, shooting 59% from the floor. And John, looking at this, we're going to have everybody playing on all cylinders tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Westmoreland's serious basketball program. They've always have been a serious basketball program. They're going to come in here. You know, it's kind of like the George Burns thing. You know, Westmoreland, they support all their athletics, but I think sometimes, you know, they feel like they're not respected in all sports the way they need to be. And basketball, 5-player kind of thing is one way to get respected. So they put a lot of emphasis in their basketball players. The kids grow up in that town wanting to be part of the basketball program and wanting to succeed that way.
Coached by Sherry Abner for Westmoreland, and she's in her 4th season as the Westmoreland boys coach. And we'll talk a little bit more about her as the game goes on. John, I like the crowd. December, close to Christmas, sometimes you don't get the crowd that you'd like to see at a basketball game, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Panther Nation takes up a big portion of it, as you said earlier.
They do. I was just proud of how they picked it up on the girls' side, because there were times last year early in the season that they had nobody hardly in the stands over there, and now there's just as much there for the girls as there are for the boys, and that's impressive.
We'll turn it over to Michael Carter, public address announcer for Portland High School.
Let's meet the starting lineup. First for the Westmoreland Eagles. Number 4, Xander Hodge. Number 5, Jackson Carlee. Number 15, Marisa Waldo. Number 12, John Allen Lee. And number 11, Carson Phillips. And now, Panther Nation, get on the feet and make some noise and introduce the starting 5 for your Panthers. Starting at guard, junior, number 3, starting at point guard, as senior, number 0, Tristan Calvert. Starting at guard, a senior, number 4, Honeycutt. Starting at guard, a senior, number 15, Quentin Totten. And deep down the middle, a senior, number 23, Keelan Johnson. The Panthers are led by assistant coaches Thomas Woodward and Alex Feathers, and your head coach, John Ferguson.
As the boys get their last second instructions, I don't know if they're getting it from Coach Ferguson or third to the assistant coach, Avery Hughes. Carson Phillips will tip off against Keelan Dalton. Players get set up in the center circle. Ball is in the air. Ball is controlled by the Panthers, and they'll be going from left to right. It'll be Tristan Calvert going up against Xander Hodge. Man-to-man defense for Westmoreland. Panthers wearing their white home jerseys. Pass picked off going into the lane, picked up by Westmoreland. Missed on the other end as they was pushing the ball greatly. Rebound is lost and picked up by Xander Hodge, and the putback is good.
Yeah, you got to always be aware of Wolf coming.
White jerseys, purple trim, purple numbering for the Panthers. Ferguson picks up his dribble. Almost gets it picked off, but they're going to call a reach in on John Lee. So the game's first foul will go against Westmoreland. Here's the opening now. 2-0. Westmoreland leads early. Calvert looks over to Ferguson for the setup. Honeycutt makes his way around Leaf, but gives it off to Ferguson, who goes baseline, backs up into his defender, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. And out of bounds, last touched by Westmoreland. Portland will inbound from the baseline. They have two on the elbow. Screen, another screen, out front. Totten pops out for the three, misses it. Rebound Dalton. He goes back up for the layup.
Good job by Key.
Ties it up at 2. Walker with the basketball, and he'll give it up to Leith. Lobbed it down low to Phillips, turns around, and he makes his shot. Panthers had him bracketed. He's a tall drink of water underneath there. Westmoreland back up 4-2. Calvert gets pushed going into the lane.
He bailed us out because we didn't have anybody crashing to help him out. When your point guard goes down like that, you got to have somebody coming on the offside to help out or clean up on a rebound if he shoots it.
Calvert would throw it out front to Totten. Totten dribbles his way from the left-hand side all the way to the right-hand side, lobs it to Dalton at the free throw area. Dalton turns around, backs up. He'll hand it off to Calvert. Calvert looks at the three, takes a stutter step into the lane. Shot is up, no good. Tipped out in front by the Panthers, picked up by Westmoreland. And Pardue has the basketball being guarded by Totten. Tipped away. Westmoreland gets it back. Bounce pass into the lane. Shot is affected, picked up by Honeycutt. And the Panthers looking to tie this game. Down by 2 in the early going. Dalton sizes up his defender, gives it up to Totten. Back over to Calvert. Calvert gives it to Ferguson, popping up in the corner. Ferguson will dribble it out front. Gets Totten in the near corner. Dalton pops to the top of the key, gets the pass back to Totten, screens for the three, and it's good. Quentin Totten used the girth of Keelan Dalton to his advantage to give the Panthers their first lead of the night, 5-4. 5:16 to go in the first. Almost turned over by Westmoreland. They'll say they did turn it over. Last touched by Pardue. Will give it to the Panthers.
I thought he walked too right before he threw it away.
This is play number 5 that we're running right now. Calvert over to Honeycutt. Gives it back to Calvert, who was dipping into the lane, over to Totten for another three. He made it. 2 for 2 from Totten from behind the arc. And all of a sudden, the Panthers have doubled up Westmoreland 8-4.
Calvert's penetration is what pulled everybody in and left them wide open. But you got to hit them, you know.
Walker to Purdue. Hodge with the basketball. Dalton guarding Phillips in that low post. He's finally able to get the basketball, turns around baseline. There's nothing there. Has to give it up to the front. Down the lane goes Hodge.
2 points for the Bulls.
He gets the uncontested layup. Back to a 2-point lead for the Panthers, but with the basketball over to Totten. Totten decides to go baseline this time. Misses the shot as Westmoreland takes it away. Hodge to the front court. Gives it up to Leith. Over to the near side. Back out on top is Walker. Lobs down low, way too high. So turnover, give it to the Panthers. Halfway gone here in the first. Westmoreland in the 2-3 zone. Calvert to back it up. Over to Totten. Gets it to Honeycutt. Touch pass down low to Dalton. Goes to the other side of the basket for the layup. 4 points on the night for Dalton. It's now a 10-6 lead. 3-3-3 to go here in the first.
Great ball movement. Keelan did a great job of using the rim as an extra guard.
The three is no good for Westmoreland, but Phillips gets the rebound and the putback. As Carson Phillips outmuscles everyone in that low area. Totten's going to take another three. That one doesn't go in.
I think more, we just didn't block him out. We tried to out-jump him. He's a pretty tall kid.
Westmoreland could tie or take the lead in this possession as Hodge goes down the lane, gives it up to Phillips. He misses the short shot. Helped by the defense of Dalton. Honeycutt, give it to Dalton, who's streaking down the lane.
Oh.
Elbow.
That's about as in. Walk away, Keelan. Walk away.
As they was not going to allow Keelan to see was a juggernaut down into the lane.
Yeah, that was a little too rough of a foul. If there was ever such thing as intentional foul, that was probably it. They can't let that go because it's going to turn into something ugly later.
So Keelan makes the first free throw. First substitute for Coach Ferguson will be Evan Brown coming in for Evan Ferguson. Dalton makes both of them. And he now has 6 points along with Tottenham's 6 points. Panthers up 12-8 with 2:42 to go here in the first. Westmoreland goes over to the right-hand side. Gives it up to the top of the key. Long pass to the near slot area. Back out on top to Pardue. Watching the battle down low between Dalton and Phillips. And it's a physical one. Far corner for Westmoreland. To the baseline. Tries to go bounce pass. Kicked out by Dalton.
Yeah, Totten did a good job, too, of rotating down because when Key's got to help baseline, someone's got to rotate down and help out, and he was there.
Phillips will inbounds. As Calvert taking on Hodge, loses the basketball, but picked up by Westmoreland. Three is way off. Dalton gets the rebound up ahead to Honeycutt, and he gets taken from behind.
Yeah, it's hard to split three guys there. I think Cottle's going to play a part in this game tonight.
Coach John Thayer.
I just think he's going to have to get in there and play number 11 a little bit. Give Key a little bit of a break.
And right on cue, number 11 walks over to the scorer's table as a foul is called on Portland on the rebound. And that's going to go to Keelan. First foul on the night on the Panthers. Westmoreland already with 3 team fouls. 1:39 to go in the first. Portland has a 4-point lead, but Westmoreland with the inbounds. Goes out on front to Phillips. Picks up his dribble as Cottle come in for Totten. Hodge. Now Lucas Jenkins, who's come in for Coach Abner. Back over to Pardue. Brown tries to jump the pass. Gets called for the foul.
Foul number one, Evan Brown, his first to the second.
It's nothing to hurt with that. That's how Evan gauges that stuff. Find out what he can and can't do on a defender. He'll get a steal out of that later.
Westmoreland, as Cottle is now playing Phillips down low. Dalton has moved out on Leaf. Foul is called on the drive. That may go against Honeycutt. They'll put that one against Cottle. So quickly, Panthers have 3 team fouls. Less than a minute to go here in the first. Panthers up by 4 against this undefeated Westmoreland Eagles basketball team. Inbounds out front to Hodge. Over to Leaf. In the corner, Jenkins. Number 1 goes against number 1, misses the shot, tipped away by Calvert. It'll stay with Westmoreland.
Yeah, when they break us down there and we double team them, our back cutters got to get there and help block out.
Inbounds to Phillips, and he quickly goes baseline, gets fouled on the shot, and makes the basket. Panther defense was caught out of position. A quick inbounds for Westmoreland.
Yeah, Cotto went with a fake there. He's got to play him straight up, not worry about anything else.
Phillips makes the extra. It's now 12-11. Panthers holding on to a 1-point lead with 37 seconds to go. Man-to-man for Westmoreland. Cottle at the 3-point area. Bounce pass entry to Dalton. And they'll call a foul on Westmoreland before the shot.
Yeah, you got to be careful there because Keith's got so much of a physical advantage. A lot of referees will fall for that flop and get a charge. I for a second, was scared that's what they were going to call.
Brown will inbound to Calvert. 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Thrown over to Cottle. Cottle takes a 3. Doesn't go in.
Yeah, that probably wasn't a good thought on his part.
17 seconds to go. Westmoreland with the basketball. Jenkins out on top. Going up against Honeycutt. Picks up his dribble. 5 seconds to go. 3 on the way. No good. 2 seconds. Panthers are not going to get it off in time. At the end of 1, it's Portland 12, Westmoreland 11. You're listening to the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
At the end of 1, Portland clinging to a 1-point lead by a score of 12-11. East and West shooting it out tonight in middle school action. Portland West Middle School hosting their crosstown rivals, Portland East. Second matchup between these two teams this season. East will play at home against Hunter on Thursday, while West will travel to Ellis Middle School in Hendersonville. After that, they'll enjoy the Christmas holiday break, then return to action in January. Girls' game start at 5:30 p.m., while the boys' game about 30 minutes after girls get finished. Panthers will be on defense here to start the second quarter. It'll be Evan Brown, Tristan Calvert, Nick Honeycutt, Keelan Dalton, and in is Elijah Sidnor making his first appearance. As Westmoreland starts play, Hodge goes to the baseline. Back out on front to Pardue. Long pass to Jenkins. Out on front. Dalton back on Phillips in the low post. Over to the near corner area, down low to Phillips, who's triple team, turns around, makes a short hook.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be denied. He did what you got to do. You catch it and go, and if it gets put back in your face, it does. If it gets fouled, it does, or you score.
Westmoreland takes the 1-point lead. Panthers almost with the turnover. Brown's able to chase it down, goes baseline, throws it out front to Calvert for the open three. In and out. And Westmoreland up ahead. Over to Jenkins,
That's a
who was out
charge.
of control, and they're going to call defensive foul.
That was a bad call. I thought he was totally out of control. He went straight through him.
His first and the first deep foul.
It should have been a charge.
That's the first foul on Honeycutt. But in comes Ferguson for Honeycutt. Westmoreland inbounds on a three and a quick shot out of the corner. That's no good. Panthers trying to take the lead again. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Calvert picked up his dribble, can't find anyone. Finally gets it off to Dalton, who gives it right back to Calvert. Calvert takes a screen, goes down to the lane, loses the basketball, picks it up, it's gone again. And Westmoreland now trying to extend their lead. Gives it over to Phillips for a 16-footer off the mark. Brown with the rebound. Thrown up ahead to Ferguson. Ferguson's going to go all the way, and he gets bumped. Evan Ferguson initiating the contact, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I love it. I just wish he could got that ball up a little higher and got that in one. He just knows he's a really smart basketball player. He knows at this point of the game, stopping the clock, getting a foul on the other team, and getting some shots here is a big thing.
Ferguson misses the first one long. In comes Totten. Evan Brown will sit out. Ferguson makes the second one. That's his first points on the night. First points by anyone not named Totten or Dalton. As now the game is tied. Wow, quickly into the lane, hands it off to Phillips. And they're going to call traveling on the big guy, who doesn't agree with it.
Yeah, I think he thinks it got a little physical. But, it goes two ways because Calvert's driving a lot, and he's getting rid all the way through the line. So if you're going to let that go, you got to let the big guys pound a little bit.
Calvert slowly walks it up the court over to Sidnor. Top of the key. Thought he had a player going backdoor cut. It wasn't there. Westmoreland with the turnover. Over to Hodge, quickly down the lane. Down low to Phillips. Phillips turns around, another hook. That one hits the back of the rim. And Dalton chases down the rebound up to Calvert. Sidnor back to Dalton. Phil screen for Sidnor, but Sidnor passes it off to Totten. Dalton at the elbow, looking to go up against Phillips. Uses him as a shield and makes the basket. Backed up into Phillips in the lowdown.
That could have easily been called an and one, too.
So Dalton with 8 points on the night. Puts the Panthers up by 2. Westmoreland getting a little sloppy. Able to keep possession of the basketball. Jenkins all the way out to the volleyball. Gives it up to the corner. Panther defense a little more energetic in the past 2 possessions. As Jenkins in the lane, spin move, hook shot, no good. Tapped out in front. And Westmoreland's able to save it at the center stripe.
The thing was, they could have got the ball on the side, still would have been their ball. We tapped it back.
Jenkins will back it up. Calvert on Hodge. Phillips steps up. And he'll hand it off to Walker. Weave out in front for Westmoreland as Jenkins once again has the basketball in the corner. Entry pass down low is knocked out by Dalton. Substitution for Coach Ferguson as Honeycutt will come in for Sidnor. Cole Pennick in for Coach Abner. John Leith back into the game as Jenkins will take a breather. Leith. Foul under the basket. Offensive foul away from the basketball. And that goes against Westmoreland.
Foul number 2, Cole Pennick.
Cole Pennick was trying to get position on Ferguson. Halfway through the second quarter, Portland with a 2-point lead. Calvert over to Totten. Post up down low for Dalton. He goes to the other side, misses the shot. Picked up by Pennick. And he's going to try to take it all the way, and he makes it with two hands in the face.
2-1 over 2. Yeah.
Cole Pennick ties it up again at 15. Honeycutt takes a screen from Dalton, gives it up to Ferguson, who goes baseline, skies up in the air, lays it up off the glass. Back up by 2.
That's where we got to get Calvert going back into the hole. There's a good shot.
3 points on the night for Ferguson. That's Pennick to Walker. Back out on front. Hodge into the lane again. Tries to hand it off to Phillips, and he wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, a foot away from your pass is kind of tough sometimes.
Calvert will start up this offensive set on the right-hand side of the court. And then he'll dribble his way over to the left. Spins around, gives it to Honeycutt. Way far away, straightaway 3 is short. And Westmoreland will have another opportunity to tie it or take the lead here at this possession at 2:35 to go. Baseline goes Pennick. Pump fake. Scores from the other side of the basket.
2 points, number 2, Cole Pennick.
So now it's tied at 17. 2:22 to go. Bounce pass to Dalton. Dalton tries to give it back to Ferguson. He can't keep control of it. Goes out of bounds. So Westmoreland, chance to take the lead. Two minutes to go here in the second. Back out on top is Pennick. Gets it to Hodge. Hodge is being guarded by Calvert. Corner is Pennick. Entry pass to Phillips. Tries to throw it up top. Picked off by Calvert. Calvert doesn't have the numbers, but he goes down the lane anyway and makes the layup off the left-hand side of the glass.
Unselfish basketball player when you do that right there. Kristen did a good job. Ferguson did that 2 possessions earlier.
Phillips down low, gets fouled in the shot.
It's a good foul.
That one on Ferguson. Calvert just seemed to be faster than the defense. They had the numbers, but he just blew right past them.
Yeah, sometimes a foul's a good foul. Ferguson did a good job there because, he's got no business guarding number 11. They did a good job of getting us in a bad position. He wasn't going to let the kid get an easy bucket. He says, go make 2 free throws if you want 2 points. I love it. He's just a really smart kid on the basketball floor.
Perspiration on the court. As we're taking a break to get that cleaned up, it will be Carson Phillips, the senior, on the free throw line for 2. Westmoreland down by 2. Now we're ready for action. He makes the first one. He's got 10 points on the night. Make that 11. And we're tied back up again, 19 all with 1:22 to go here in the first half. High screen by Dalton. Calvert takes advantage down the lane, gets fouled on the shot.
I love it. Keelan was on the backside of that. If they wouldn't have called a foul, Keelan had to clean up.
Second team foul on Cole Pennick. That's the third team foul on Westmoreland. As Calvert misses the first, a 67% shooter from the stripe.
Jackson Pardue checking in for the Eagles.
Jackson Pardue will come in, while Pennick sits out with 2 fouls. Calvert rolls that second one out, doesn't make it. So Westmoreland in a tie game. 1:10 to go. Pardue. Totten comes out to guard him. Pardue fakes like he's going to hand it off. Spin move. Out to the corner. Back to Hodge on top. Hodge goes down into the lane. The floater's no good. Ferguson picks it up. Decides to take it down the lane himself, and he gets hacked. And that'll be another foul on Leaf. And the junior will go to the free throw line for 2.
His second and the 14th foul. In the third and final to go.
Second foul on Leaf, 40 seconds to go. Ferguson gives the Panthers the lead back on that free throw.
Lucas defense taking in for the Eagles.
Ferguson goes 2 for 2 at the line. He has 5 points, all of them here in this second quarter, and the Panthers now have a 2-point lead. 36 seconds remaining. Hand off to Hodge, number 4 being guarded by number 4. As Hodge tries to get around Honeycutt on the left-hand side, and he'll pass it off to Pardue, who gives it to Walker. Westmoreland may be playing for the last shot. In the corner, 13 seconds to go. Baseline hook shot, no good. Dalton tips it back out in front. Westmoreland chases it down, and they'll get another chance with time running out. Run into the lane for Walker. He makes the mid-range. Right at the buzzer. Nothing settled in the first half at the end of 2. We're all tied up. Portland 21, Westmoreland 21. We'll be right back with Panther basketball. Portland High School Blitz, named for the PHS dance team, entertaining the crowd. It's halftime. Score tied between your Portland Panthers and Westmoreland Eagles, 21-21. Not the game we expected, as only 38 points scored between both teams. If you went for over, you would have lost that bet for your first half parlay. And John, I don't think we can put it to anything except both teams are playing fast. It's just good defense on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I agree with you. The defense is good on both sides. For sure, we've got to get an answer to Phillips. He's tough inside. Keelan's doing a really good job on him, but we can't expect Key to defend him the whole game because we need Key to score some offense too. And when you're playing defense against a guy like that, it'll wear you out after a while. So we need to try to see if we can get Cottle back in there and see if he can bang with him a little, pick up a few fouls, pound him around a little bit. The big thing with Cottle when he comes in, when they're doing little pick and rolls and stuff, he just got to play defense on Phillips, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't get off on anybody else. Just stay on him because a lot of stuff they do is they're obviously trying to get him the ball. So just defend him. If you do that, block him out so he doesn't get second chance points, then you did your job.
I agree. Second half, no foul trouble that we have to worry about. So I agree with you, getting Cottle in there maybe and kind of letting Dalton, which that's what Coach Ferguson did there in the first half. He didn't have Cottle coming in just for Dalton. He had Dalton move off to another player.
Right, a little easier to defend. The kid's a little bit quicker, but it's not as much pounding that has to go on.
Hodge for Westmoreland is streaky. He's kind of like their Tristan Calvert.
Yeah,
he gets the ball once he gets past half court. If there's an opening in the lane, he's going to slice through it. He's going to take the shot.
Yeah, they got a couple kids that don't mind going downhill a little bit, and I love that kind of basketball. Their thing is they go downhill. If there's nothing there, they'll just throw it up and let Phillips take care of it, and that's the way to go. Later this half, Tristan did that. One, he went down and got really nice bucket going in there. He got fouled, and then on another time he went down and they called a foul on it, but he had Keelan cleaning up on the backside if they didn't. So I love that kind of basketball. It's a really good way to go. It makes your percentage more through the roof, and it gets them in foul trouble if they foul you.
Not much scoring going on, John, but you've got the halftime stats.
I do. Tristan Calvert with 2, Ferguson with 5, Totten with 6, Dalton with 8. We're 5 for 8 at the free throw line. Rebounds, Brown's got 1, Ferguson 2, Honeycutt 1, Dalton 5, Cottle 1, steals. Calvert's got the only steal we've got. Honeycutt's got a block. Dalton's got a block. Assists, Calvert with 1, Honeycutt with 1, Dalton with 1. We had total of 5 turnovers in the first half. Not bad. I got no problem with 5 turnovers. That's not an overkill and it's going to get you in any trouble at all. For Westmoreland, Hodge with 4, Phillips with 11, Walker with 2, Pinnock with 4. I've got him 3 for 3 from the free throw line. So obviously that's perfect. So just a good game. Both teams are going hard. A lot of physical play. We just got to make sure Phillips is not the one who beats us. We got to just give it up to someone else to do it.
I will say it's nice that your statistician over there has got her own special table.
Yeah, or that's actually my special table, but she can use half of it if she wants to, as long as she brings treats. Your little pretzels, you like those. Those things are like habit forming really bad.
That's why I gave them back to you.
I'm going to tell her next time to put them in 2 different baggies, because at first I thought I wasn't going to get any.
Pepe making an appearance tonight, John.
Yeah, Pepe's cool. Pepe shows up to a lot of ball games. He or she, we're not sure which, does a great job. We need to come up here every now and then. And if these headsets would fit on Pepe, we'd interview Pepe. But I don't think they would fit on his head.
Yeah, but all you would get was a growl, right? I mean, I don't know what we would talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. Pepe seems like he's got some stuff going on.
Favorite foods or?
Yeah, well, that would be a great question. What's your favorite food?
Tonight, we hope it would be Eagles. Well, that's probably in danger. Probably can't do that, right?
Well, yeah, we can't do Eagles. But I'd like to know where the litter box is stored.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, We'll take another long break here as in the middle of halftime, score is tied 21-21, Portland against Westmoreland. We'll be right back shortly.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown.
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
That was their weakness last year.
We're back getting set for second half action as the boys are continuing to warm up here at halftime area. Score is tied 21-21, Portland and Westmoreland. And John, kind of discuss what we're doing Saturday as Off the Rails will be in a remote location.
We will be remote for our show, but we're going to be here at Portland Gymnasium, not on Corey Brewer's court, but up top on the secondary gym. And we're going to do the show here. We're going to try to get a couple basketball players come by before their game, which starts at 10:30. Try to get Coach Ferg come talk to us. Whoever, we'll get someone to come talk to us, or if not, we'll just talk to ourselves. We're good at that.
And Miguel, will we stream it and then you'll be able to post it later on, or how we're going to do that?
Yeah. I think that's the best way we're going to do that is on the Saturday stuff. We'll stream it live with the audio, and then we'll video it, and then that allows us to go home, edit the beginning and the end of the video, and because we don't have someone to actually film us.
Take out the stuff that John does.
Yeah. And take some of that stuff out and add some little graphics here and there, and then, post it. Hopefully the show from Saturday, which we had the cross-country runners on this past week, hopefully that will be up sometime tomorrow.
Wow, that was an interesting show. It's just amazing you get, and I knew it'd be that way because we've had cross-country on before, but it's amazing how you can get involved when you think, well, how much you're going to talk about with with cross country.
Well, it's
But
any sport that you don't.
An hour went by just like that.
You know, we did that with the band people. We did that with bowling before. We've done that with the fishing team. Like I said, anything you're kind of sitting here that don't get that's not real popular per se. You get on there, and then it's like you're going, well, I don't know if we can get an hour out of this.
Yeah.
And you're over here going, man, we're over time here, you know. So,
And don't forget to go to the website, www.portlandsportsnetwork.com. Brian Barry's been doing all the work on that. It's a fantastic site. It takes you right to this game right now. If you click it and go live, we're right here. It takes you to all the off-the-rail shows. It's great.
Portland will start out on offense going up against the man-to-man defense of Westmoreland. It'll be Totten, Calvert, Honeycutt, Dalton, and Ferguson. Dalton at the free throw line throws it over to Calvert. He'll take a three from the corner, in and out. And Westmoreland will get a chance to take the first lead here in the second half. Hodge over to Leaf. Back out on front. Leaf over to Pardue, who misses a three. The putback is no good by Phillips, but then he gets the rebound again, and that time he gets fouled. So they're just letting the big man have his way underneath.
Yeah, we got to get a body on him a little bit quicker and run him on out of there so he can't get easy rebounds.
First one goes in for Phillips. He's got 12 points on the night. Short on the second one. Panthers now down by one. Calvert back it up to the eyeball of the Panther logo. Bounce pass to Dalton at the elbow. Gives it over to Ferguson for three. Swish, swish. Goes Mr. Ferguson. Panthers take the lead by two, 24-22. Just over a minute gone here in the third quarter. Steal taken away by Honeycutt. Gives it up to Calvert, who had a wide open in the lane, missed it, but the putback by Ferguson was good. And a quick timeout by Coach Abner. Speaking of Coach Sherry Abner of Westmoreland, what a resume she has, Coach. Played at Belmont University, is the all-time assist leader for Belmont. And recently she was inducted into the Belmont Athletics Hall of Fame for the work that she's done there. When she got out of college, she started off as the Westmoreland girls coach, where she coached them to 462 wins, 3 state tournament appearances, and then left the Westmoreland school to go coach at Green Hills. The first year that Green Hills started, she became their first girls coach. And then after a couple of years, decided she wanted to come back to Westmoreland, and just so happens they had an opening on the boys team. So she said, I'll take it.
Yeah, and good for their principal for not being all laid up with your girls coach. You can't coach boys. That's the craziest stuff in the world. Pat Summitt could have coached a men's team and all that. So good for him, her. I don't know who the principal is.
Last year they played a team, and I failed to write it down, but it was the first time that it was known of in TSSAA that 2 boys teams played, and both teams were coached by females.
I got no problem with good coach is a good coach as long as you know your X's and O's, and you got to be able to communicate it. Sometimes knowing X and O's don't mean anything if you can't get it through to the kids.
She's one of the better ones. The reason Westmoreland is 8-0 coming into this game. Westmoreland with the basketball, down by 4. And Hodge battling out against Calvert. Picks up the dribble. Waits for Pardue to come loose. Entry pass to Phillips, but he's too far away from the basket. He's going to try to shoot it anyway. He's way short. I think he was trying to draw the foul. Rebound goes to Keelan Dalton. He'll give it up to Calvert. Honeycutt at the elbow. Turns around. Catches Calvert popping back out. Calvert's just one of those quick point guards. He's good at getting to the basketball when he doesn't have it. Ferguson loses it, gives it up to Pardue, misses the layup, and Ferguson gets fouled from behind on the rebound. Well, he hit the floor hard.
Yeah, I think that was more of a stray pass. Just couldn't get to Ferg. He did a good job getting back and playing hard on defense. So.
Westmoreland throws out the zone press. Totten comes back, takes a couple of dribbles, passes it up ahead into the front court. Ferguson takes a three. Boom. Another three by Evan Ferguson.
I like it. When you're hot, keep feeding it.
Shooting 35% from three on the night. Panthers out, have a 7-point lead with 5:10 to go here in the third. Lob to Phillips. He had position, but misses the shot. And I think they're going to call over and back on Dalton. As Phillips had his defender sealed off, but he missed a short layup.
Yeah, in a time like that, our off guy's got to clamp down on that ball and try to get a jump.
There's a second foul on Dalton as Westmoreland will inbound from the baseline over to the corner. Walker flips it over to Jenkins in the game for Coach Abner. Swing around in the corner area again. Jenkins tries to get around Ferguson. Picks up his dribble. Three on the way. Off the mark. Tipped in the air. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Westmoreland. Want to give a shout out to Linda Kay. Logging on with us tonight. Westmoreland with the inbounds. They'll swing it around the world. Walker comes up and gets it. Gives it over to Pardue. Trying to catch the Panthers out of position. Walker once again backs it up, starts over. We'll give it to Leaf. Gets it down low to Phillips. He's double teamed, gets the shot off. They'll call a foul on the Panthers.
Yeah, I thought we were straight up on that play.
As Phillips will limp to the free throw line for two.
I think now maybe pull Coddle in a little bit. They look like they're going to try to whittle this down going inside. Let him get a couple cheap fouls in there.
Well, they gave that one to Dalton, so that's his third. And Phillips misses the free throw. Panthers up by 7, 4:16 to go. Second one doesn't go in either. Empty possession for Westmoreland. Panthers try to extend the lead. Dribble handoff to Ferguson. Throws it over to Honeycutt. Back to Ferguson for three. Short. And Westmoreland will try it again.
I got no problem with it. I'm a big fan of feeding a guy who's hot until he's not hot.
Walker gives it over to Jenkins. Looks to go baseline. Decides to go down the lane. And the running jumper goes in. 29-24, Panthers lead. 3:35 remaining here in the third. Screen by Dalton. The Calvert gives it up to Honeycutt. Honeycutt goes baseline. No look pass to Dalton underneath. And Dalton gets pushed from behind. That'll be the second team foul on Westmoreland here in the third, and that's the second foul on Jackson Pardue. Will Caudle will come in for Dalton. Dalton will sit with his 3 fouls. Quick inbounds to Totten. And they're going to call a foul before the shot. Phillips gets a seat. In comes in Penix. 3 by Calvert goes in. Panther lead is up to 8 now with 3:11 to go. Pardue over to Jenkins. Jenkins waits for Walker to get up front. Walker tries to get around Totten, passes it back out on front. 3 Off the mark. Honeycutt goes up for the rebound, quickly goes up ahead to Totten. Totten looks at his defender, slows it down. Honeycutt bounce back to Totten. Totten lobs it into Cottle. And Cottle gets fouled.
I love it.
Fourth team foul on Westmoreland. 2:45 still left to go here in the third. One more will put the Panthers to the line. Steal on the inbounds by Pennick. And he throws it up ahead to Jenkins, who tries to go to the lane, misses the shot, affected by Totten, picked up by Cottle. When the Panthers up by 8, have possession of the basketball over to Totten. Totten goes baseline, gets swatted, but they're going to say the body got him down low. So Q will go to the free throw line for 2.
I love it. You know how I feel about going downhill.
That's the 4th foul on Pennick. Totten misses the free throw. Team leader from the free throw line. Phillips comes in for Pennick. Coach Abner had seen enough of the Panthers getting into the lane. Totten gets set for the second. Shot is on the way. Off the front of the rim. Westmoreland down by 8. 2:25 to go here in the third. As Leaf throws it over to Jenkins. Jenkins goes baseline, but he took too many steps. Got to put the ball on the floor first.
Hey, make sure when you tune in, you like and you subscribe.
Calvert with the basketball. And he'll be met at the center line by John Lee. Over to Honeycutt. Touch pass to Cottle at the free throw line. Turns around. Everybody leaves him, so he says, I'll take this shot. Doesn't make it. And Westmoreland, once again, a chance to cut into this 8-point lead. Leaf. Over to Hodge, who goes baseline and makes the little short layup.
I got a feeling he traveled there, but
6-point lead now for the Panthers. Calvert backs it up. Throws it over to Honeycutt. Gives it back to Calvert. Off on the 3. Hodge with the rebound. And he'll go all the way over to the elbow, then hand it off and misses the 3. Cottle chases down the rebound. Loses it. Gives it to Hodge. Hodge gives it to Phillips. And he missed another bunny, but he gets his own rebound and put back. Now the 8-point lead's been cut in half. Calvert goes baseline. Open for the layup. Westmoreland slow on the transition defense. Calvert took advantage of it. Now with under a minute to go, Panthers are back up by 6, 34-28. Phillips breathing heavily out there in the 3-point area. Gives it up to Hodge. Hodge goes towards the lane, spin move, and they'll call blocking foul. He wasn't even going to shoot it. He was trying to hand it off to Phillips on the low block.
yeah, I didn't like the call. I thought we were in good position there. That was tough. One thing I would like to see Cottle do is not get so ate up with getting involved offensively so early when he comes in. At least if he's got some point blank shots, I'm good with that. But maybe on the outer part, just kind of let the game come through him a little bit more before he fires them up.
Foul on Totten on the inbounds. That's only his first foul of the game. However, that's the 5th team foul on the Panthers, so that'll send Phillips to the free throw line. 30 seconds remaining. First one's good. Second one on the way. That one doesn't go in. Offensive rebound for Westmoreland, though. And gives it up for the 3 by Leaf is no good, but another rebound by Westmoreland. They miss the mid-range, and they're going to call Phillips for over the back.
I'm not sure there was enough blocking out there to be called over the back, but I'm glad they called it.
So that's a 15 foul on Westmoreland. So that will send Portland to the free throw line.
Foul on 11, Carter Phillips.
And it'll be Will Cottle
Will Cottle
try to add to this 5-point Portland lead. Carson Phillips pleading his case with the referee. Cottle misses the first one. Second one's on the way. That one goes in. So with 21 seconds to go here in the third, Portland leads Westmoreland 35-29. Westmoreland swings around. Baseline Hodge goes again. He'll get fouled on the shot. He's just so quick. He's got that first step, and his acceleration
Will Cottle because
is so good. It's hard to catch up to him as Cottle gets his fourth foul.
It's all right. He's getting us some minutes that we need really bad here. Just make sure here if he doesn't misses the ball, we get the rebound.
Free throw is good for Xander Hodge. In comes in Grayson Walker, and Phillips will take the seat.
Big thing here is we got 11 seconds. We obviously want the last shot. They're going to jump a pass on us early, so we got to make sure that they don't get a steal.
Free throw by Westmoreland makes it 35-31.
Westmoreland kind of messed herself up. They were coming out in the trap, and they had a sub, so they had to kill the clock.
Almost a turnover by the Panthers as Westmoreland was jumping on that fly pattern. But Portland's going to keep possession. Cottle still in the game. 10 seconds to go with 4 fouls. Dalton on the bench with 3. Throws it over to Calvert. Calvert's going to take a 3. No good. Rebound is tipped up, out of bounds. It'll go over to Westmoreland. And you can hear it from the crowd. It felt like Westmoreland had touched it last.
You know, on that, ref ought to ask for help. He's got 2 of the guys.
5 seconds remaining. Westmoreland's going to try to get one off at the buzzer. Down the lane, over to 3. Phillips takes a 3 at the buzzer. No good. At the end of 3, Portland 35, Westmoreland 31. I hope you're all tucked in because we're going to have a wild one for this final 8 minutes. You're listening to Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Start of the fourth quarter, Panthers have a 4-point lead. 4 fouls on Will Cottle, 3 fouls on Keelan Dalton. Players are still huddled around Coach John Ferguson. I'd like to see how he attacks this fourth quarter. Dalton is standing up. You got to think he's going to come in for the start. And he is, and so will Evan Brown. Honeycutt, Totten, Brown, Dalton, and Calvert will start the final 8 minutes for Coach Ferg.
One thing I like about Brown not getting as many minutes is him getting fouls here and there is not as big of a deal. And he's a nasty little player on defense. I love it. Sometimes he's going to get fouls being like that. So he can get out there and just run around and be free and not worry about fouling out of a ball game.
Westmoreland with the inbound, swings around, takes a 3, and it's good. Grayson Walker hits a 3. Portland's lead is now down to 1.
It's a big shot.
Dalton at the elbow. Looks for Calvert cutting down the lane. It's not there. Back to Dalton. He gets fouled on the shot.
Foul number 4 that you're on, we get team foul. Number 22, Stephen Dalton at the line for third down.
So Dalton will have 2. Swishes the first one. He has 9 points on the night. And the second one goes in. Double digits for the team's leading scorer. Less than a minute gone in the fourth. Panthers back up by 3. As Evan Ferguson comes to the scorer's table. Pardue will hand it off to Walker, who had an opening down the lane and tried to pass it off to the low block. Teammate wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't like that spacing. I didn't get what he was trying to do there. I wish they'd do it more often.
Walker was getting set for the rebound. Calvert to the front court. Picks up his dribble, was going to give it to Honeycutt, but pass was jumped on, so he held on to it. Throws it over to Ferguson. Ferguson baseline running jumper, good.
I love the way he goes to the hole.
That is 15 points on the night. And timeout is called by Westmoreland. We'll take a quick break. 6:39 to go. Panthers up by 5. You're listening to Portland Sports Network. Coming back in, the Panthers cannot shake this Westmoreland squad. Every time they get a lead, Westmoreland cuts it back. Now the Panthers are up by 5.
This is a good game for you. This is what tournament basketball is like right here.
Leith will inbound for Westmoreland as Phillips is back into the game for Coach Abner, and he quickly tries to post up Dalton, but they don't try to get the entry pass to him. Leith over to Walker, lob over to Phillips, turns around, shakes 2 defenders, and gets the shot off. Dalton tried to jump in front. That was a good pass by the guard.
It is, but your off help's got to come down and collapse on that. Not let him have anywhere to go with it once he gets it.
Backdoor cut by Calvert. Pass gets tipped away by Westmoreland.
Tristan did a good job there, not sticking his hand out.
Inbounds to Dalton. Looked at the 3. Thought better of it. Gives it to Honeycutt. He gives it right back to Dalton. I'm going to go down the lane, take a shot. It's going to roll out, but I'll get my own rebound. Throws it out to Calvert. Pump fake, a few dribbles, mid-range jumper, in and out. And Westmoreland.
It was a nice shot. I liked it. It just didn't go in.
Leith, guarded by Honeycutt. Bounce pass to Pardue over to the far side. Then they get the quick pass down low. And Phillips gets fouled while trying to pass it out front.
Who'd he call it on?
That's the first foul on Calvert.
As opposed to the first foul.
Phillips has 17 points on the night. Evan Ferguson leads the Panthers with 15.
He wasn't shooting. There's no way. That was a pass.
Yeah. And Westmoreland will inbounds under the basket. Panther Nation may have affected that decision. Out front for the 3. In there. Leith hits a 3 to tie the game once again, 39-39. With 5:34 to go. Honeycutt, Calvert takes a screen, backs his way into the lane, throws it over to Ferguson. Ferguson trying to get into the lane. He's get cuts off, so he throws it to Honeycutt. Honeycutt back over to Calvert. Calvert to the baseline and a layup off the glass. You've got your guy, we've got ours. I'll take Tristan Calvert every time. Pardue. Ball is tipped out by Brown. We'll stay with Westmoreland. Substitution is Totten will come in for Brown.
Yeah, that's a part of Tristan's game that's really, every year since his sophomore year, has gotten better and better. It's going harder to go.
Westmoreland will inbounds to the corner and right back to the throw-inner. Ball tries to go down low, tipped out by Dalton, but Westmoreland keeps possession. Hodge goes baseline, gets cut off by Dalton. A three up on the way. And Jackson Pardue hits one from downtown to put Westmoreland up 42-41. 4:40 to go. Honeycutt at the elbow, back to Calvert. Calvert takes a dribble, back to Honeycutt. Screen by Totten, and they'll call that moving screen on the Panthers.
On the 15 in front of the top section. And it was second, and the second team foul.
Lucas Jenkins comes into the game. That's a second foul on Totten. Hodge will start the offense for Westmoreland. 4:20 to go. Westmoreland with that 1-point lead now. How will they play it? Over to Hodge. Hodge doesn't take the three, hands it off to Phillips. Phillips misses it, tipped out by Dalton. Phillips falls down. Dalton helps him back up. Jenkins knocked away by Honeycutt. Ran out of real estate to gather possession. Dalton fronting Phillips on the low post. Inbounds goes to Jenkins, right back to Pardue. Hodge gives it up to Jenkins. Tipped away from behind by Calvert, but Pardue's able to grab it. And he'll start it up again. Switch. Now Totten is guarding Hodge. Totten got his eyes on that ball. Over to Pardue, and they're going to call Ferguson on the block as Pardue is trying to get around to the baseline side. That'll be the second foul on Ferguson. That's a third team foul on the Panthers with 3:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pardue will inbounds. Gives it up to Walker popping up. And Walker will hand it out to Hodge. Hodge guarded by Calvert. Calvert finally has to get up to Jenkins. Jenkins being guarded by Ferguson. Gets down into the lane. Swatted away by Dalton. Picked up by Honeycutt. Over to Calvert. And the Panthers have a chance to take the lead here at the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Special set play coming up for Coach Ferguson. I can feel it. Totten comes around, gets the pass, throws it away on the entry. Westmoreland up ahead. Jenkins was open, and he gets the layup. Turnover leads to points for Westmoreland as they now have a 3-point lead, 2:39 to go. Dalton into the lane, gets fouled on the shot. And that'll be number 3 on the big man.
Yeah, earlier when 11 fell down on the ground, Phillips, Keelan went to help him. That just shows you the maturity Keelan's got. It's like he respects the competition now. In the old days, he would have got kind of aggravated, the kid, which I would too if you knocked me on the ground, or I knock you on the ground. But Keelan has matured so much, he respects competitors that compete with him. That's kind of a cool thing to see a kid grow up and just want to be in the battle. It doesn't matter. He just wants to be there. And he respects his competition, and that's just cool. He's grown up a whole lot.
Keelan makes that first free throw, and Coach John Ferguson immediately calls a timeout, so we'll take a short break. 2:32 remaining. Portland down by 2. We'll be right back.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
To stay informed on all the Portland High School sports action, download the PHS Athletics app. Real-time updates on schedules, scores, and team news directly to your mobile phone. iPhone users search PHS Panthers. Android owners search Portland Panthers Athletics. Keelan Dalton will come to the free throw line for his second of two.
Yeah, it's a little more trickier for Android owners if you've got the newer Android phone. But it can be done. It can be done.
Maybe not by mere mortals. Keelan makes that second one. Westmoreland's lead now is only one. Full court pressure for the Panthers. Honeycutt right on the baseline. They'll bounce pass into Hodge. Hodge quickly gets double teamed. Ball is tipped away on the ground. Hodge picks it back up. Gets it over to Pardue. Missed opportunity for the Panthers there. Honeycutt comes up for the foul. That'll be the fourth team foul.
Yeah, you had him cut off. You had him stopped. You can't lean in like that on him. Just stay back. Try to get a tip. Try to defend where he's trying to throw the ball.
And the third foul on Honeycutt, as Westmoreland will throw it into the backcourt with 2:18 remaining. Hodge hands off to Walker. Walker almost loses it, gets it to Pardue. Now back to Hodge, over to Pardue, who'll take the uncontested three, short, right into the arms of Dalton. Calvert decides to back it up. Too much traffic in the lane. Over to Honeycutt. Takes a screen from Dalton, takes a three, in and out.
That's that way.
But the rebound is knocked out of bounds by Westmoreland with no one else there. So the Panthers will get another shot. That was literally, you hear them say halfway in and comes back out. That was literally halfway in. You could hear it by the crowd. Inbounds to Dalton from the three-point area. Tries to give it back to Calvert. Gets it stolen by Hodge. And Hodge gets around Calvert for the layup. Hodge read that move. And now Westmoreland's lead is back up to 3. 46-43. Ferguson gets pushed on the drive. That'll be the third team foul on Westmoreland.
Foul number 15, laid to the left. It's Bull.
Walker will get called for that one, and that's his fourth. Coach Ferguson is going to call timeout. We'll take a quick pause. 1:24 remaining. Panthers down by 3. This is the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
1 minute and 24 seconds remaining in this basketball game, and Westmoreland holds a 3-point lead on your Panthers, 46-43. But the home team has possession of the basketball underneath the basket for the old-fashioned baseline out-of-bounds play. Calvert's pass gets tipped, taken away by Westmoreland, up ahead to Leith, and he makes the layup. Turnover on the inbounds leads to another basket for Westmoreland. 48-43 now. Hand off to Calvert, who quickly takes a three. He got it. It's now a 2-point lead for Westmoreland. Fans want to walk. It's not called. Gives it up. Down low to Phillips. He wasn't ready for it. Honeycutt picks it up. He's got 3-on-2. Gives it off to Calvert. Calvert holds it up. Totten gives it over to Dalton underneath all by himself. And the score is now tied 48-48, and they're going to call a foul on Westmoreland on the shot. And that'll send Keelan for a chance to take the lead in this basketball game with 42 seconds to go. What a turn of events. Dalton sinks the free throw. 49-48 is your score. Westmoreland to Pardue. Across the line, gets met by Totten. Dribble handoff to Walker. Walker gives it to Hodge. Hodge goes down the lane, spin move, pump fake, shot is up, banked in. Timeout is called. We're going to leave it here as Westmoreland takes the lead again, 50-49.
To me, what was amazing about that shot, I don't think he jumped. He drove down. He was on the ground the whole time. We're 5 feet from the goal, and you didn't even have to jump to make a bucket. It was just kind of caught everybody off guard, I think.
Panthers on a 4-game winning streak. Westmoreland undefeated so far this season.
You can see why. I don't know who they played, but they're a good basketball team. They've got a lot of weapons. They can do a lot of things with the ball. They got a good inside presence. But hey, the game's ours to win here, dude. We just got to have a good play, not get in a rush, know who's hot. No, you right. You know who's been shooting the ball well here. Don't all of a sudden been on the bench the whole game or been on the floor the whole game and not been hot and then decide it's your time to win the game. Go with the hot hands, see who we can go. We can get something inside to Keelan. Obviously, should be a pretty high percentage bucket. Let him have it. Don't force it. Right? You got 25 seconds. You don't have to force anything. But if we have to take a three-point shot, give it to someone who's been hitting them.
Starting 5 on the court for both teams. And Westmoreland will not pressure the inbounds. Calvert will give it to Honeycutt. Honeycutt will bring it up to the front court. He's met by Leith. Dribble handoff to Calvert, who gets pushed. And they'll say Calvert stepped out of bounds. Coach Ferguson is livid.
That was a horrible call.
As it appeared that Calvert had been pushed out of bounds trying to come up and get the basketball.
Got to foul and put him on the line quick here.
So Westmoreland will inbounds. Timeout is called by Westmoreland. And Coach Ferguson is still, you don't see him get upset. But it was right there in front of him, so it was easy to see.
The good thing about him, when he gets upset, he knows how to shut up. I have a problem with that sometimes. But he makes his point and then just, shuts it up. And
so Panthers only down by 1.
It's not a big deal. I'm going to foul them. I don't want them to knock a lot of time off the clock. If they hit both their shots, you still got a chance for a three-pointer to win it or tie it, excuse me. But if they don't hit their shots, the key now is your stat guys. You get a lot of huddle stats and stuff. Know who can and can't hit their free throws. I think if Phillips is in the game, I'm going after him. He's made a few, but he's missed a few too. Hodge is 0 for 2 on the free throw. No, he's 2 for 2. I'm not fouling Hodge. Whoever their point guard is, leave him alone because he's trained to make free throws. I'm going after 11.
Ball is kicked on the inbounds by Dalton. I'm going to guess Leith is going to get the pass right back as soon as he inbounds and try to get the foul. Doesn't have enough time as Hodge is fouled by Ferguson immediately on the inbounds. Only 2 seconds taken off the clock.
So a big thing here is on the guys blocking out. You got to block out. You can't have a deep rebound get corralled by them. Who's got the shooter? Make sure you block him out.
Myth is the first one. Portland has 3 timeouts remaining if they want to use one.
Block out.
Hodge makes the second one. They're going to let it go. 17 seconds. They get across half court. Ferguson says, I want a full timeout. And we'll take 60 seconds right here to discuss the situation. Possession hour points to the Panthers.
Call the Panthers.
Both teams will be in the bonus.
So the key here is you want to have enough time, if you miss it, that you can gather a rebound and put it up. But the most important thing is, what are you playing for? A tie or a win? You got to decide, right? Are you going to shoot a three? Do you want to get it inside to Keelan for two? What do you want to do is the key. And then whatever you do, have a little bit of time that if you miss whatever shot you got, you can gather an offensive rebound and put it back up.
And, we've had years where we get in situations like this, and there's only one or two players that want the basketball. I don't think that'll be the case here.
Yeah, well, I want three players wanting the basketball right now.
Anybody that's in a position, they're not going to be afraid to take the shot.
Well, but that's not always right, because if you hadn't hit nothing all game long, now's not the time to decide you can hit a shot. That's my opinion personally.
Taunton will inbounds.
I think you got 2.5 hot guys right now. They got to finish the game off.
Honeycutt off to Dalton. Back over to Calvert for a three. No good. Rebound goes to Ferguson, who knocks it off the Westmoreland defender. And it'll stay with Portland 7 seconds. And Coach Ferguson says, let me draw up another play. An open shot.
Yeah.
And Calvert has hit a couple tonight.
Yeah, I've got no problem with Tristan taking that shot. He's put us in a position to be in this game right now. And same thing with Key. If you give Key the ball, he's got the green light. And it's not, the thing about it is what people don't understand is you're not telling anybody they can't score. You're just saying, look, during this game, you have or you haven't been hot. It is what it is. It's a numbers thing. And if you haven't been hot, you don't need to be pulling the trigger late. Can you make it? You can make it, but play the percentages.
Seemed like they was using Keelan as a decoy in that last set.
Yeah, I got no problem. We talked about it. Are you going to go to win or are you going to go to tie? Coach Ferg felt good about what we were doing. Tristan had a good look. It just didn't go in. And the good thing about it is he shot it early enough for us to do what? Have a chance for an offensive rebound, and Ferguson did a great job of knocking the ball out on them and keeping it alive for us.
Calvert, Dalton, Honeycutt, and Ferguson on the four corners of the free throw line. Taunton will inbounds. Now they'll stack it up at the free throw line. Buzzer sounds, so play stops, and Westmoreland was able to see what our action was going to be.
And everybody at the scores table looking at you like, where'd the buzzer come from?
All right, we'll try it again. Bounce past the Honeycutt, gets fouled on the shot, and again, Dalton was using the decoy as he was flailing his hands. And everybody was looking at the eye candy as Honeycutt dove to the basket, gets the pass. And now Nate Honeycutt, shooting 67% from the line on the season, will get two. Misses the first one.
You've got to miss the second one.
So he'll try it again. That one goes in. Inbounds, quick foul by Ferguson. And that'll send Grayson Walker to the free throw line. Westmoreland with a 1-point lead, 4.7 seconds remaining. Portland still has one timeout still remaining. That's the fourth foul on Ferguson, but that doesn't matter here.
Grayson Walker, the Eagle.
Walker with the free throw. Misses the first one. And Ferguson is going to go ahead and call his last timeout. You got to think. Probably a good call because you don't have enough time to inbounds to get it all the way up to half court and then try to call timeout, I don't think. So take the timeout now, set up the play. He's got to set up two plays, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do if he makes it? What are you going to do if he misses it?
Yeah.
Because that could be two different things.
And that was our last timeout?
So that was our last time out. Whatever they do, make or miss, Portland's got to quickly get up to the front court, but realize 5 seconds is longer than you think. Too many times we've seen a player shoot one from half court with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, 5 seconds is enough time, 4.7, to get a good 3-point shot off.
Calvert could go length of the court twice in that span. So Walker gets set for the free throw. No good. Rebound by Honeycutt. Gives it off to Calvert. 3 seconds into the front court. He's going to go all the way to the basket at the buzzer. Misses it. He had the opening, and he's unable to make the shot. Killer defeat for the Panthers as Coach Ferguson got what he wanted, just couldn't execute. So the Panthers unable to come up with a victory. And Westmoreland stays undefeated. Quick pause as we gather up our stats, and we'll have a recap as you're listening to Panther basketball here on the Portland Sports Network. Panthers go 0 for 2 tonight as Westmoreland hangs on for a 51-50 win over the home team. Good ball game, John. I mean, they had several chances at the end. They just couldn't convert.
Yeah, this right here is just called getting ready for tournament time basketball. If you'd played a team came in here and just beat the pulp out of them, that wouldn't have done you any good. Or if you'd have played a team that beat the pulp out of you, that might not have done any good either. But this kind of game, it was a really fun game. Both sides had a good time as far as fans cheering, a lot of different twists to the game, a lot of different things that, you learn from this, right? And we're just going to grow on it. I've got no problem with the team at all. They showed a lot of good positives. I knew Westmoreland was going to be tough coming in, and they were tough coming in.
21-21 at a halftime, kind of loosened up there in the second half. Dalton was able to get through the game without fouling out. Thought he'd done a good job there. I thought Coach Ferguson done a good job of sitting him as long as he could each time and doing the offense-defense thing. So done a good job there. And, hey, we found out Westmoreland got a pretty good basketball team. Imagine that.
Yeah, no surprise ever with that. And you know what I liked? Cottle came in. They had a big guy. He came in and played some good defense for us, got some fouls that you need. I mean, he's got fouls to give. He's got 5. If he fouls out, it's not going to be into the basketball game. If Keelan Dalton fouls out, then that's going to be tough. So Will came in and picked up some fouls and played good defense that you need. It was good quality fouls and minutes that he got. there's a few shots that we took maybe that we didn't need to take here and there. But overall, I like the way we play basketball. We look good. What I like is Calvert. Like I said earlier, he's grown up so much in the last 2 years. You know, when he was a sophomore, he didn't want anything to do with going to the hole when there were big men in there. Now, last year he got a little better at it, still shy from time to time, but this year he's an animal, dude. He's going to the hole. He knows nothing but good things are going to happen. He knows he's going to get killed sometimes, and that's part of the ball game. But he does it now. His teammates are going to have to learn too. When he goes, come in behind him because there's going to be something there. You got to give him options. If you don't, and you go into big tree area like that, and you're going to get killed, and you got nobody to give the ball to, it's tough. And Keelan, a couple of times late in the game, you could see him come in from the rear of when Tristan was coming. And when Tristan knows that's going to be there, it'll give him some options as well, and not have to just totally get clobbered all the time. I like Coach Ferg's kid. He's really a tough kid. He's hard-nosed. He knows to put the ball on the ground and go downhill and get some contact. He's scrappy. He picks up a lot of garbage balls for us. He just never ends. He reminds me of a kid that when, they're little and you take the ball away from them, they get all mad and they might cry a little bit, but they take the ball back from you right away and don't look to their parents for, he just gets aggravated. So if they get a steal on him, he's getting it back. And I love that kind of tenacity about a kid because you got to be that way. I think he's a top-notch basketball player, and he really helps the team. And Keelan's Keelan. He's going to give you a lot of minutes, a lot of strong play, and a lot of different spots. So it's a good team. We run 7, 8 deep. Good things are going to happen to us if we keep working hard. You want scores?
Yeah.
All right. I do what you asked. Voice of the Panthers. Tristan Calvert with 12. Evan Ferguson with 15. Nate Honeycutt with 1. Quentin Totten with 6. Keelan Dalton with 15. Will Caudill with 1. What I was most impressed with Keelan coming down the stretch was he was 5 for 5 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. And that's where games are make or break. And he stepped up and took care of business. Let's get these other stats here. Rebounds, Brown had 1, Ferguson had 5, Honeycutt 3, Dalton 9, Caudill 3, steals, Calvert 1, Honeycutt 1, block shots, Honeycutt 1, Dalton 1, assists, Calvert 2, Honeycutt 1, Dalton with 2, 11 turnovers. So, we got 5.5 a quarter. A half. That's not that bad. I've got no problem with that. So on their side, Hodge had 13, Purdue had 3, Phillips had 17, Leith had 5, Walker had 5, Jenkins had 2, Pinnock had 4, Epley had 2. They were 8 for 15 from the free throw line. We were 12 for 19 at the free throw line, unofficially. Curtis is the official, not me.
So the girls lose the first game tonight after having the lead. The boys lose the second game tonight after having the lead. Final score for tonight's game was 51-50 as Westmoreland comes away with the win. Panthers dropped their record to 7-4 for the season. This weekend, the Portland Christmas Invitational right here in PHS Arena, and that'll be on Saturday and Monday. The boys started all off Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. right here. Portland Sports Saturday off the rails will be broadcasting right here from upstairs in the arena, and we'll be here at the start of that game also. After Christmas, travel up the road across the state line as Portland High School will participate in the Franklin Simpson Classic. If you give a chance, go ahead and watch a couple of ball games between the girls and the boys. We think you would enjoy it. For Miguel Amandaris and John Thayer, I'm Kyle Leadon. Until next time, go Panthers.